Yeah. Is everything okay?
We'll talk offline.
Sure. So, but welcome back, everybody. We are continuing as promised. This is the final stretch of our Acquisitions Incorporated Orrery of the Wanderer adventure that we're performing here now as part of the Extra Life charity. 24 hours of Dungeons and Dragons in 2 days to raise money for children's hospitals. And we have raised $1,000 going to Boston Children's Hospital. And we also just put on a fake dwarf wedding.
Hopefully not was I expected.
Yeah, so, no, never mind. I was going to ask a question and I completely forgot what it was.
All right, well, one of the things that I'll mention here while we're just waiting for a few people to come back is that this, if you are a devotee of Acquisitions Incorporated, this was certainly one of the more fan servicey bits, because if you like, you can look up Acquisitions Incorporated, the series, which is all on YouTube, and it features the adventure where Omendron, Jim Darkmagic, and a couple of their colleagues rob the Horn Enclave.
Oh god!
And are the reason that the Acquisitions Incorporated is so hated by the Clan Horn.
Gotcha.
Oh, Viari, who you met, also was on that one. Incidentally, Patrick Rothfuss, the author, plays Viari in Acquisitions Incorporated games.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so this map is the same map that they used in that game, so that's kind of, I think, fun.
That's fantastic.
As I'm looking at like the time and just planning it all out, I think we're going to have a spectacular big finish for you all, but it is also going to be skipping another one of the more fan servicey bits, and I think we're going to have a few more sections where we're going to talk. We're going to do more montage mode stuff.
Because we're gonna have a montage.
That's right. And I also need to go ahead and get Hugh back in here.
Yeah.
That was actually my question was, are we on time now? Or at least less late.
Less late. Yeah. No, I mean, seriously. I mean, it's a matter of I'm having to curate the remaining adventure in order to keep us to a point where we can get to the big finish by the end. Okay. And so that means that we are going to be skipping some stuff that we might have done otherwise, but, that's how it goes.
So who's telling the wizard about the failure?
Well, I mean, Flabbergast was doing this for you guys. It's not his deal.
It's true. However,
I mean, he's just happy he got to try out his ritual of astral transmogrification. He'd really never done it before. He's glad it worked so well.
Yeah.
Hey.
But his information was incorrect. Hey, Hugh.
Yay.
All right, so welcome back, Hugh. It seems like you were watching for at least some of the last little bit, so you're not totally...
Yeah, I got to see Kip try and make out repeatedly with...
Yasgrin.
Yeah.
I think my Scottish T'Challa would have been a marvelous, marvelous saucy drink.
So, you guys, we're gonna be, I'm gonna say, all of a sudden, Feldspar Clanghammer is there. We can rule that, he was really kind of pissed that you guys left on this mission that was all about dwarves without him.
Well,
and so he has been trying to catch up with you guys since you left, and he just now gets here, and he's like, I missed the whole thing.
I missed the whole thing?
Apparently I missed everything, too.
Oh, God, Joaquin Phoenix.
All right, are we still waiting on Mark?
Looks like it.
Yeah, all right. We'll be ready to resume shortly.
I'm here. I'm just stuffing my face with chicken wings. So
well.
Didn't figure you'd want to watch that.
Sure. So,
that's stuff your face with.
So we have everybody in the battle balloon, as you are preparing, and in fact, actually, let's say, for the sake of at the speed of plot, you describe your results to Flabbergast, and he says, "Oh, Lottie, I know her."
Yeah, well, hey, guess what? There was... the artifact was not there. So...
Yeah, well, so I think he shares with you that Lottie is very powerful, so approach with caution, if you didn't already know. But he knows that she has currently got herself set up in the mountains near a town of named Fortune, and he knows where that is. And so, given that you're all here with a battle balloon, you might as well just fly straight there.
Sure.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
So what you guys managed to get?
Yep.
Well, currently you're up to 4 components of the Orrery. You thought you were about to get number 5, but it was a ruse.
Mm-hmm.
So
when we talked to Flabbergast about Lottie, would he have any insight as to why Lottie would want the Orrery and its components destroyed?
He's going to say she's very powerful, and we powerful mages don't like to pry. It doesn't go well generally. So I'm not 100% aware of what business she has with it. I have not discussed it with her. But I would certainly suggest that whatever reason she has to keep it separated is probably an important one, whether or not you would agree with it.
Okay.
But it's certainly a very powerful component. If she does not wish it to be assembled, which makes it more powerful, there must be a reason.
Alright. Just figured I'd ask.
Oh, it's a very reasonable question. But in the meantime, if you are no longer in need of me, Flabbergast out! Boof!
Oh, but I was having fun petting the cat!
No, he took Mr. Snibbly came in.
Yeah, I think we also need to reset the password.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Good
no,
idea.
well, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, back at your base. I was thinking of the password of the interval.
I was thinking it was a safe word, not a password.
Alright, so, I don't actually have a map for your travel, so I'll just put you on the campaign area map. That technically what you're doing is you're going from, let's zoom out a little bit. You are traveling from the Horn Enclave up here down to the town of Fortune, right down there. So it's a ways to go, but you've got that's why you have a battle balloon. And so you guys are making your way there, and for a while you're still pretty enthralled with the battle balloon. It's got that new balloon smell.
Mm-hmm.
All rubbery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I am.
Sweet, sweet gas.
Yeah. It's a lot nicer than the desperate single horse riding that you went through on the way up here, Feldspar. But,
Yeah.
you know, you're just glad to be part of things again. They kind of left you behind back at base.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you have Star-Mason experience? Build these walls!
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, as you're flying around, though, you're making your way, and the sun hides behind clouds that increasingly darken as you head toward the Grey Peak Mountains, and hopefully, the wizard who created the Orrery. A steady rain begins to fall, and the wind begins to howl. A crash of thunder is followed by forks of lightning. Soon, sheets of rain are falling, while lightning flashes on every side. The lightning forms concentrated pockets, creating a maze of sorts. So,
Paladus, why are you smiling?
Because I'm a Tempest cleric.
mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
Really, it's just absolutely enthralled. He's just charged him. He's ready.
So
Yeah,
we need you guys to take on some roles. Who in terms of like who's crewing this machine. So we need someone to be captain. We need someone to be the pilot. We need someone to be the weapon master. We need someone to be lookout, and we need someone to be the mechanic. And then anyone who's extra can help one of the official roles.
Well, I feel like Calidus should be the pilot.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
got
probably the bestest pilot.
Okay.
I've got a very high perception, so a lookout would be good.
Okay.
Bug will try not to blow anything up with the static charge currently building in his fur.
Yeah. All right. So, have we got who's captain?
Decisionist.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Draylen captain, pilot Katalis, weapon master.
What kind of weapons does this thing have?
It has a green flame arbalest and a harpoon gun.
I can do weapons. Probably.
All right.
don't have my goggles.
Lookout is Clovis. Mechanic.
Yeah, I would like to mechanic.
All right.
I'd be honored.
All right. And so, like I said, anyone who doesn't have an official role can choose to use their role to give advantage to someone else.
Okay.
But so the storm has become deadly, with pockets of lightning flaring all around the battle balloon. Have the characters make the following ability checks, with outcome determined as noted. So first, Weapon Master, you don't have anything in particular to do this turn. But the lookout needs to make a perception check to try to call out the many pockets of lightning ahead.
I'll give the lookout advantage.
All right.
All right. We got 23.
All right. Yes, you are expertly spotting the places where the lightning is making the sky impassable. Captain, members of the crew are on edge. I need you to make an intimidation or persuasion check to steady the crew and prepare them for the pilot's commands.
Sure.
I'll help with that.
Thanks. Appreciate it, because even though I'm the decisionist, I have very little. God. I got 2s. Number 2.
Oh, boy.
So,
All right. Yeah. So, the crew is still on edge.
They're still on edge, and I'm vomiting over to the side. It's fine.
Yeah. We need the pilot to make a dexterity check to chart a course through the lightning.
Okay. 20 non-natural.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, you are successfully. Yeah. So you are successful. You avoid any lightning. And so you are continuing on. And because the ship was not struck by lightning, the mechanic does not need to do anything at the moment.
But I'm going to anyway.
Yeah. Actually, what you can do as mechanic is you can make a dexterity check to try to lock down stray lines that will give the pilot advantage of the next roll.
Oh, this is bad. You come back here, you.
Can Bug, since Bug doesn't have anything to do yet, Bug will help.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, that's
So,
better.
Acrobatics with advantage. What was the roll?
10.
10. Yeah, so 10, you haven't made things worse, but not enough to get advantage for the pilot.
This is not what I signed up for.
So the storm dies down as the battle balloon sails away from the pockets of thunder and lightning. That's when the fist-sized hail begins to drop out of the sky.
Okay,
As you search for a path out of this storm, a rock of ice the size of a giant's boulder misses the balloon by a few feet.
Oh, God.
Look out, please make a perception check to spot areas where the storm thins and warn the pilot.
I am also helping.
All right.
23 again.
Great. So, Captain, you want to try again, deception or persuasion, to try to steady the crew, to prepare them for the pilot's commands?
As long as I don't throw my die around.
I'll help again.
Thank you. That's better. That's a 16.
Yeah, so you're calming them. They were a little bit unsure at first, but you seem to have found your feet, so to speak.
It's gonna be okay.
Pilot, and we need 2 dexterity checks.
Okay, 2 dexterity checks. Number 1.
I will assist.
Number 1 is just a 10. Crap.
Let's see. Actually, you roll with advantage because the crew was steadied by the captain.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's better. That's a 17.
Okay, so that was the first check. Now we need the second check, also with advantage.
Okay. 19.
All right. You are expertly maneuvering your battle balloon through these pockets of hail and cold air, and you manage to avoid all damage. Weapon Master, you are, the pilot was able to evade the enormous hail, so you don't necessarily need to try to shoot any giant hail boulders out of the sky.
Okay.
Maybe next
God
time.
help us all.
Yeah. So, Mechanic, all of the evasive maneuvers have torn some of the battle balloon's rigging. We can have you try to make a survival check or just a general wisdom check. Just a general wisdom check or survival to try to repair the rigging where it's starting to fray.
Not trained in survival, so
Well,
straight
someone
up
can
10.
still help you if there's someone
Yeah.
available.
Yeah, Bug will help.
Bug helped me. Got 11.
Okay, that was not enough, so the pilot's going to have disadvantage as the balloon starts to get a little wobbly.
Oh
So,
boy.
even though the winds still howl and buffet the battle balloon, the lightning and hail falls away behind you. The clouds turn from purple-black to a light gray. That's when you see the funnel cloud moving towards you. And
Oh crap.
is that a face forming within it?
What? Can any of you people who love storms stop this?
Look out!
Not like in the
Look out!
storm
Make
now.
another perception check, please, to try to track the funnel cloud's movement.
Assisting.
That one is not as good, but it is a 15.
Okay, that is a success. You're able to call out the movement of the funnel cloud. Captain, try another deception or persuasion check to convince the crew that you've got this under control.
Okay. That's good. So 19.
All right, yeah.
And I just say, "Don't worry, it's all gonna be okay."
Fortune favors the bold.
All right,
Bug yells back, "We believe in you!"
Weapon Master, do you want to shoot this huge storm in the face?
No, I do not.
All right, Pilot.
Okay.
Need a dexterity check with disadvantage due to the balloon wobbling.
Alrighty.
Alright. I was wondering, is there some way I have the spell Gust of Wind to help speed us along?
Well, how are you wanting to use it?
Like, basically, cast it so that the body of the balloon is in the past. So
I will let you use that to cancel the disadvantage for the pilot.
okay.
This round.
Okay, I appreciate that. Let's big bucks.
Hey.
That is a whopping 11.
Unfortunately, this is you're buffeted by this funnel cloud, and you take the battle balloon is going to take 10 bludgeoning damage, which you're okay, but it's not great. Mechanic, we need the rigging is continuing to be torn apart by the strong winds. We need another survival check
Oh
to
no.
try to prevent further damage.
Please fix my balloon.
Yeah, at advantage.
At advantage?
Yeah, at advantage.
Dirty 20.
All right, yes, you have managed to restore the rigging to its proper functioning without any additional damage.
God,
And the sentient cloud moves along as the storm passes, but there's no time to relax. Because dropping out from behind a dark cloud is an airship held aloft by a large balloon emblazoned with the sigil of the Six.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, now I want to do something.
A crew of hobgoblins and goblins can be seen swarming the deck, and a ballista and 3 harpoon guns are trained on your vessel. 2 arms!
2 arms!
2 armed citizens.
2 legs.
How far away are they?
Whoops, that's sorry, that was the wrong thing. That's not what you see. Hang on, I'm just making sure I've got the stats for both of these ships. There, I'll tell you how far they are away in just a moment. All right, so the hull, yeah. So you guys took a little bit of damage to the hull, but it was only 10, and technically your hull has 200 hit points, so you know it's not good, but you're okay for the moment. You know, unless this other airship blows you out of the sky, which could happen. Yeah. So right now, the crew is ready to go. They're not scared. They're good to go. And so, in round 1. The airship, the Six's airship, begins 100 feet away from the character's battle balloon. We're rolling initiative. Well, you know what? We're not going to do initiative because we're kind of doing this in slightly montage mode. So in this round, we have the Six's airship. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, so they fire a bunch of harpoon guns at you. And yeah, so they're going to make 3 harpoon gun attacks against your ship. 1 misses wildly. 1 hits and sticks into the hull. The other one also misses. Yeah, it does miss. Okay, so only one of these harpoon guns has penetrated the hull and stuck fast.
I'm gonna shout, "Cut the line!"
Well, hang on. Let me. I get it, but you just give me a second.
Are we?
That's all right. I'm just letting you know that there's more stuff happening first.
Cool.
Yeah. So at this point. Yeah, so at this point that's all that has happened. So it is kind of you guys decide what what actions you're taking at the moment. As a group.
Okay. I'm gonna say I recommend the Green Flame Arbalaster.
Arbalest?
Yeah, Arbalaster.
Arbalaster is what it says, yeah.
Yeah. You were 100 feet away from us, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Can I see where they're taking aim from, like where their gunners are?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Guys, I don't think we should let them take pot shots at us like that. I can try to block their sight.
Well, if it's something that Billy is going to return fire, and just lightning will gather along the sword, and he'll throw out a lightning bolt.
All right.
At the gunners.
Okay. So, what is the range for your spell?
100 feet.
100 feet. Okay. Yeah. So, is it an attack roll?
It's a dex save.
Okay. Yeah. What are they trying to beat? It's probably
14.
Yeah, they get 15.
Okay.
So they're going to take theoretically half damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see that there's some goblins on the deck. So you hit one of them with a glancing blow, and I think you do kill that one. Let's not belabor the rolls. We're doing this in montage mode. You managed to take out one of the goblin gunners, but there are others. Is anyone else taking specific actions this round before we go to the next round?
Yes.
Yes.
Bug is firing the
Green Flame.
I'm gonna fire the harpoon gun.
Okay.
And
No.
As they do that, I will cast darkness, but I'll have to expend my sorcery points to heighten it so that I double my range, and I'll put it over. I'll put the radius of the sphere over top where their gunners are.
All right. So one, just as a note that I'll let you know, so you don't necessarily waste the spell, is both of your airships are moving. So I don't think I think your darkness sphere is going to be fixed in place once it lands, and so the ship's just going to fly right out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love the idea. I'm just trying to describe the situation so you don't get disappointed when I have it happen and then the ship just flies out of it.
Because you can't cast it on an object, right? Just an area.
Well, actually, I think you can. So I'll allow it then. Yeah, you cast it on the deck of their airship.
Yeah, in between their harpoon guns.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then you guys you're firing the we're not going to deal with rolls now. You're just you manage to do some fire damage to their hull. And then you hit them with the harpoon, your own harpoon gun. In the meantime, in the next round, let's see, they are moving closer to you anyway. And let's see, they are going to, they seem to be looking to board you. And the fact that you shot your own harpoon gun at them is like, that's fine. That's what we wanted.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, but
everyone's got
GM
their
ruled we
I
did.
can stab them. It's fine.
GM ruled we did. Oh well.
It's fine. So yeah, so they are moving closer, and they are getting to the point where they don't quite get to boarding range yet, but it seems clear that's what's going to happen. And you see a bunch of goblins and hobgoblins emerging up onto the deck, preparing to leap aboard your ship as soon as they get any closer. So what about you guys? What are you doing?
All right, I want to cut one of the lines on the harpoon.
So that you would be cutting at this point, which one? Because you have.
Because I said the first thing I said was cut the line when the first harpoon hit, so I would be going for that one.
And so there's another harpoon. You can cut the one that they shot at you.
Yeah.
All right, but there is still the one that you guys have attached to them, which is probably loose and slack at the moment, unless you guys have been reeling it in.
That's up to the person who is arming it.
All right, you guys.
I was told we didn't want to board them, so I'm stepping away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so that's currently slack. Anyone else taking other actions? You're just firing various ranged weapons at them.
Yeah, I'll switch to my short bow.
Yeah, I think range spell attack.
Yeah. Yeah. So and you're firing.
I was muted and I was getting really frustrated.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shatter at their rudder.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So I think that let's see, we've got their stats. Yeah. So roll the damage for that.
Okay. Oh, I rolled well for once. 19.
Okay, so you've shaken it a little bit, but it is still intact. At this point, what are you directing your ship to do as far as movement? Like they've swooped in, trying to get closer to you. Are you trying to get away, or what?
Unless someone's telling me otherwise, that's my plan: is to get away. I don't want to get into a boarding action with these guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the other grappling line.
Okay.
I'm gonna punch a bunch of holes in their balloon with magic missile.
All right. I mean, it's tougher than that. Like you can do some damage to it, but it's a pretty tough balloon. So you have done some damage to it.
Punch one hole.
Okay.
With multiple.
It has stats. You have done some damage to it. It is still functional. Okay. Thank you. I'm not denying what you're doing. I'm saying it's not enough to make it crash or anything. You maybe made a tiny hole and it's leaking some, but it's still very much functional.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are moving away, attempting to get away from this thing, but it is pursuing. And at this point, a second airship drops out of the clouds. This ship has no visible crew and no weapons, but it does have an outrageously sized needle attached to its prow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Offensive maneuvers!
I'm just gonna try.
Yeah. So, so the other airship is pursuing, but it was not able to get any closer than you, than it was the last time. So it's not quite close enough for them to board. But now you've got this other one bearing down on you.
So I'm gonna yell, cut the harpoon line so that somebody.
It's already
they're both
done.
cut now.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both cut.
So yeah, I will then yell, evasive maneuvers and someone help the mechanic keep the ship together.
I'm going to touch the captain and give guidance.
All right.
For the
Yeah.
pilot.
So, like I said,
Pilot.
we're doing this kind of, loosey-goosey sans rolls theater of the
that's
mind. And so basically what's happening at this point is you are doing a pretty good job evading, but this other one is certainly still heading down on you. You have not quite been able to get out of its path yet, and the other ship has fired new harpoons at you, and it looks like it looks at this point like they are going to be able to board. Like they managed to get in close enough to you, and a bunch of goblins swarm over the decks at you. You're going to be fighting them, but you also see a bunch of strange little mephits leap over and join you, but they don't seem to be engaging the crew. They seem to be looking for something.
What do they look like?
Mephits are little little steam spirit things.
Steam? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple kinds.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know which one it was.
Can I ask
actually
one of them
smoke
what are you
mephits.
looking for?
They're looking for the orrery.
They don't care about you.
Oh.
They're not interested in what you have to say.
They're trying to steal the orrery. It's the only reason anybody would be coming after us.
Oh. Okay.
Then we defend the orrery.
Yeah. So yeah, I think at this point, what you recognize is that you are forced to make a terrible choice. You cannot do everything. You're going to have to choose between letting them escape with the orrery, or you can evade, but you will crash.
Evade and crash.
Evade and crash.
Evade and crash!
Yeah.
Protecting the
I
orrery.
love
All right. You are able, as you focus on protecting the orrery and its components from this assault, you are able to drive the mephits away, but unfortunately, before you are able to repel them, you manage to repel the rest, but they've done so much damage to your ship already that you know you're going down. You certainly slowed them down enough that they're not able to quickly follow you, but you're not going to be able to sustain this altitude for long. You might be able to make it to Fortune, but only just, and you'll need substantial repairs before you'll be able to travel again.
Okay.
And
Game over, man. Game over.
yeah. And so I'm going to say, just as the last image from this battle, as their airships are left behind in the clouds, who has the highest perception score?
And plus 7?
Clovis was the lookout. We'll just say it's Clovis. You notice, staring angrily at all of you over the, as you disappear into the clouds, you see there's a goblin with very pale eyes staring at you in fury.
Oh, and we know that that's one of the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah. So you guys are, alas, forced to make an emergency landing. You do make it to the town of Fortune, but you're going to have to perform substantial repairs on your battle balloon before it will be capable of flying again. You do have some crew, so you can set them to work on that while you explore the town of Fortune.
Yes,
That,
please.
that sounds good. Let's go.
Yep.
It's quite
And,
fortuitous.
So let's talk about the town of Fortune.
Looks like we got another $20 donation.
Oh,
so thank you, whoever did that.
We have now surpassed our stretch goal target of $1,000. That's fantastic
for the kids.
All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's see. Oh, and I just got an email. Congrats on passing a $1,000 milestone with your Extra Lives campaign. Only 1,300 heroes in our community of 50,000 raised that much last year.
Oh, nice!
All right, and then it's trying to upsell me to pay more money my own self in order to get into the platinum tier. Anyway, we'll talk about that. That's unrelated. Like, I could get a T-shirt if I wanted. But as you guys are now, you've managed to land here. You finally locate the town of Fortune, hidden in the foothills of the Great Pink Mountains near the desert of Anarok. Though dusk is upon you, even in the fading light, you can see that the town was never very big to begin with, and that it is completely destroyed. Most of its buildings are empty shells and piles of wreckage. Looming beyond the town is a large, dark cavern. A narrow river winds down from the mountain and along one side of the town. Its water is a strange phosphorescent green color.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's not drink that.
Yeah. You make your way through the town. We're gonna still stay in montage mode for a lot of this, but definitely jump in. Like, if you guys have something you want to do that I don't describe, feel free to jump in. But otherwise, we're maybe in my subtle cutscene mode, right?
Yep.
Just because we got a lot left to go, and we're coming in on the 2-hour mark.
Yep.
Although last year we went a little long, so we'll see how it goes. But in any event, you recognize, investigating the town, that you see infrequent tracks here and there. You also occasionally see dog prints, although some of these dogs have more claws per foot than ordinary. You also are searching the ruins, and you realize that what you thought at first was that it was a destroyed town. Now you realize these houses were just really never got finished being put up. It's like there was a town being built here that they kind of never finished.
Is it a Potemkin village? Like it was never... I mean, were they facades, or was it
like it was intended to be a real village, but fast and cheap, and then interrupted?
Huh. Okay.
So it's pretty much like it's devastation now, but it seems like there's a few makeshift shelters here and there, and you find various places where there's old piles of old clothing and bedding. You see one shelter that is built from large wooden signs, upon which is written, "There's a fortune to be made in Fortune," or "Choose Fortune and win," and of course, tokens, lowest prices, that is. You guys see otherwise like normal, animals, flora and fauna that you would expect in this type of area. There's no obvious physical damage to suggest a battle. It's just they were halfway through building up a town and kind of lost interest, it seems like.
And then it got wrecked.
Well, no, it looks like it just got wrecked because they didn't finish building it up, and it's just exposed to the weather.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
they built a building and then stopped, and then it's been a while.
So whatever was going to be here never happened.
All right. Well, this town isn't our actual goal, correct? We're going to...
So you're continuing to look around, and eventually you do hear a murmur of voices building within the wrecked buildings. A stocky humanoid with gray skin and a white beard suddenly stumbles forth, swaying from side to side, to the one side to the other as if intoxicated. It stares at you, points a finger, and yells, "Tokens!" And then 3 more humanoids emerge from the buildings yelling, "Tokens!" And it looks like they might be prepared to attack you, unless you dissuade them in some way.
Do we still have that pouch?
Oh yeah, the pouch with the
oh yeah,
coins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give them one
I
of the
got
gold foil wrapped coins.
Yeah.
We've
I
got
got that.
tokens.
Do you just
So-
like toss out a handful of them?
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I do. I take my
Yeah.
hand, put it in, throw a few tokens at them.
Yeah, their eyes go wide and they all dive for it and start fighting amongst each other for the ones that you toss out. And you were
I
able
think
to
we
slip
need
by.
to hustle right along.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So you realize as you're passing through the town that there is sort of an obvious cavern up on the hillside above the town. And it seems like there is a clear and well-worn path leading up to it.
If we've got a safe movement, I would like to propose a short rest because my spells will recover. So I used up my spells in the battle, and I'd like a short rest.
A short rest happened, just like that.
Excellent! Yay!
So the cavern looms more than 20 feet wide and tall, opening up to a dark tunnel that winds its way beneath the foothills. A strange smell hangs on the air, reminiscent of oil and ozone.
Can we identify what that is?
Smell?
Yeah.
It smells like oil and ozone.
Machinery?
Huh?
Machinery, perhaps?
Oh.
I'm telling you, you smell oil and ozone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep walking towards the creepy cavern.
Yes.
I think
keep going.
one of whoever's ahead of you making sort of perception checks detects a pressure plate running wall to wall under the dirt floor. And you realize that this is a relatively easy to disable trap. You could either disable it or avoid it pretty easily.
I'll disable it.
All right. As you disable it, you certainly see what would have happened if you had stepped on it, is that it would have lowered a big sign from the cavern ceiling that says, "Welcome, you are almost here." And it's brightly outlined in bright pink light.
Oh boy.
So you realize that all that pressure plate was going to do is just make the light up, the sign light up, and then go away. As you continue down the tunnel, there's another pressure plate with a similar thing that lights another sign that says "Tokens available." Another one after that says "Loosest slots in Faerun." And soon, the darkness of the tunnel suddenly gives way to light. Tiny glowing globes, many of them blinking, flare to life along the walls and ceiling ahead. Hanging from the tunnel roof is an enormous sign around which more globes of light chase each other and on which are lit up the words, "Lottie's Palace." Wide steps at the end of the tunnel lead up to a set of open double doors. And I'm going to take us
she
to
has
the...
a casino.
I want to go to the casino. Yes.
No.
Yeah, so...
Casino.
Yeah. So again, we're going to be slightly in cutscene mode, so I'm not going to mess around with tokens on the map, other than to say that as you enter, let's go ahead and get you the, Lottie's Palace. So, as you pass through these doors, you enter a world of opulence. Glass chandeliers fill a huge open chamber with brilliant light. The floors are carpeted, the walls decorated with scrollwork and painted with images of golden coins bearing the letter L. Dark wooden beams span the vast ceiling, which glitters with thousands of tiny gems. The center of the area holds a sunken gambling pit that is packed with people, sitting in leather-upholstered chairs around tables covered in green velvet. To one side of the hall is a stage where 3 harpists play, surrounded by a lounge with comfortable chairs and small tables. Beyond that is the bar and a door presumably leading to a kitchen. A sign to your right indicates the powder room, while another to your left indicates tokens. To the far left is a fortified iron door with a large lock. The center of the far wall features another set of double doors. The clientele here all look a lot like the Duragar you saw in the Town of Fortune. All are gambling in a frenzy, arguing with one another over tokens and swearing that the next game will be the big one. Most of them are drinking heavily. As you take it all in, a skeleton wearing a red uniform with a high collar and a crisp-looking hat approaches you.
Hello.
it greets you, and it just says, "Hello and welcome to Lottie's Palace. You can find tokens at the cashier, and may I present you with these complimentary beverages?" And it's basically it's a platter full of what look like frou-frou cocktails.
Not touching one.
No way.
I take his hat.
Is Lottie around?
He basically does not protest at taking your hat, but just says, "That's my hat."
I just want
My
to talk
hat
to
now.
Lottie.
Well, I can let her know that you are requesting an audience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like the drinks?
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Very well. And it wanders back over to the kitchen and sets the tray on the bar, and then goes back in through the double doors. And you realize now that all of the dealers at all of these gaming tables are also skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
So this casino isn't providing any jobs to the local economy. Got it.
No.
I think these are the local people.
I think this is Huber's work.
Yeah, well, so basically there are a bunch of Duergar that look like the ones out in the town that are the gamblers. All of the employees seem to be skeletons.
I'd like to go to the cashier.
You mentioned Huber. You can take a look at the skeletons if you want. To try to see if you see that symbol.
I'll make a perception check.
Well, I'll go ahead and say without rolling that you look and they do not, or at least that you don't see it.
Okay.
You want to check out the cashier?
Yeah, I'd like to go to the...
Yeah. So he says, "Welcome to Lottie's Palace. Would you like to exchange gold for some tokens? Each token costs 5 gold pieces. You may also buy super lucky tokens for 10 gold pieces each. We also exchange other forms of valuables as payment. We would assess them for value and then exchange them for an equivalent amount of tokens."
Do you cash tokens into gold?
It sort of pauses for a moment and says, "I suppose." That has never actually happened before.
I have to step away for 2 minutes, guys.
We'll get back to you.
So what makes the lucky token so lucky?
He holds one up and it's stamped with an L on it.
Oh, that explains the pouch.
Yes, it does.
What sort of games are they playing?
You look around and they're playing a variety of different games. Let's see. There is 3 Dragon Ante, dice, dragon chess, roulette, blackjack, and a cutthroat game called Papers and Paychecks.
I feel like that's a joke I should get. Papers and Paychecks, but I don't.
I actually have proficiency in dice. I kind of want to just take 1 token and give it a shot.
That's what I was just thinking. Either dice or the Dragon Ante.
Sure.
So yes, I would take 1 token, please. Standard token.
You guys have some tokens. You didn't toss all of them.
Oh, sorry.
We got a bag of tokens.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So if you guys are wanting to just like try it out by betting 1 token, you can absolutely do that with the ones that you have.
Yeah. All right.
So, but it's actually costs 3 tokens to play any individual game.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Are you just playing dice, Bug?
Yeah, Bug is just playing just 1 dice game.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a your proficiency roll.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know how to do that. Is it just the
D20
plus 6?
D20 plus your proficiency.
Okay.
Unless you can try to give me a reason why, like, it would make any sense, like intelligence plus proficiency. I don't know if you have an additional modifier.
I'd like to.
No, I would think that would be dexterity.
Well, I mean, but like, are you cheating?
No.
Or are you just playing dice?
I'm just playing dice, just for fun.
Just roll a proficiency.
I'll boop you with guidance, so roll a d4 and add it to the number.
Yeah. Okay. All that, and then.
Are you rolling?
Yep, I am rolling.
All right.
So hold on.
Okay, how long does it take?
It takes a minute.
All right.
It's grand total 7.
Congratulations, you have lost your 3 tokens.
Okay.
In fact, actually, they inform you that you are actually now in debt for 3 tokens.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
So I'll go up and get get 3 tokens from the bag.
We still have a pouch of like 25 tokens left.
Yeah. So you basically you can hand them the 3 tokens that you owe and be free and clear. They say.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to warn them that if you lose, then you.
Yeah, I think you guys can all kind of just get a general sense that this place is rigged to hell.
Yeah, insight on that.
Yeah. No, you don't even have to roll. It's obvious. It is clear that they are keeping all of these Durgar drunk enough that they don't pick up on how the odds are extremely in the house's favor.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
The fact that they were like, no one's cashed in their chips before.
Yeah, it's like, well, I suppose in theory we could do that. But no one has ever wanted to before, or presented tokens which they wished to exchange for gold. They just want to gamble more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you guys learn, if you chat up some of these guys, that this place has been in operation for over 10 years. And the cave that it used to be in actually that's where the Durgar used to live. But Lottie came in, offered the Durgar jobs building her lair and minting tokens, and when the casino was complete, she fired them, but gave them all a severance package in tokens. And so she employs only skeletons. Many of them were, in fact, once Durgar. Yeah, and after a lot of hard work, some of the casino, you discovered there was originally a bidding war. Like, they had their own ability to mint tokens, and they tried to compete, but it just didn't go well. But what you also discover, probably to your dismay, is that Lottie is not only a powerful wizard, she is a lich.
God damn it. No.
At this point, the skeleton comes back through the double doors and says, Lottie will see you now, if that's what you really want.
I put on the hat.
Put it on your head?
Yes.
And he says, that is splendid. Have you visited our club lounge?
Okay, so...
you recall from the letter that you got that it was basically like, if you're coming to make trouble, you're not going to like what you get, but otherwise, hey, come check me out.
Come give me your life savings.
Mm-hmm.
And your life.
Here's her with the Orrery.
Yeah. Well, we've got it with us, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
If we destroy it, the 6 can't have it. So that's
true.
Second best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then that means that that Yuskrin can't get home.
Yeah.
So you are escorted.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
You guys can talk about that. You are escorted past what is obviously a very opulent... the floor of this room is covered with red tiles surrounding a large swimming pool, the bottom of which glitters with thousands of gems. Fountains around the room spray water into the air that hangs as a fine mist. You are escorted around the pool, and you briefly some of you notice that the water occasionally rises up in unnatural ways, suggesting some sort of a water-based creature might be in there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, the faint smell of wet fur.
Yeah, so you guys are, escorted. And the skeleton is briefly letting you know that it is actually quite a privilege to be granted an audience with Lottie, although I would urge you to not take too much of her time. She is very busy hosting a retreat at the moment. and then you are shown into a boardroom. Large clockwork double doors open by themselves as you approach, revealing a luxurious room decorated with fine art, rich carpets, several leather couches, and a boardroom table. Crystal balls sitting on pedestals around the room flicker and glow, and a huge fish tank swarms with unusual creatures. Some of them are even alive. There's a bit of artwork here. How fancy this place is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 9 liches occupy the room, either lounging around or arguing at the table. All wear leisure suits or sundresses, including one sitting comfortably with a dog in her lap. All appear surprised to see you, except for the one with a dog in her lap. And then, sure enough, boom.
LitchCon 2019.
Oh, yeah. Important. Is the dog like a skeleton dog?
No. Looks like a Pekingese.
A live dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well-fed, a Pekingese will tolerate anybody.
Yeah.
So, basically, Lottie does, her desiccated, half-decayed face does sort of widen a little bit, and it's just saying, "You brought it here? And what? You've put the 4 pieces back on? Honestly, what are you trying to accomplish here?"
Well, first of all, we have some questions.
Trying to fix it.
My friend here believes it will send him home, and that's why he wants to fix it.
Well, it probably could, but what it could also do is open a portal to the far realm that would let the land be overrun by horrible monstrosities, and honestly, they don't gamble, so I'm not very interested in having that happen.
Then why did you create it in the first place, if I may be so bold as to ask?
Because I thought it would be fun to travel the plains, but then I realized it might open a plane to the far realm and let monstrosities run rampage over the world, and so I decided to break it up into pieces, and apparently you decided to undo all of that hard work. So I am
if
what do you
broke
want from
something
me
into pieces and waited, what do you think would happen? This is how you get adventurers.
Why don't you just destroy it entirely?
Well, it just so happens that I'm very good at making artifacts, and artifacts once made don't like to be unmade. It's difficult.
It is a very beautiful thing.
Look, if you're determined to reassemble this whole thing, we might as well just be done with this. I'll just disintegrate you now, and I'll find new places to hide the pieces, I suppose.
No.
And
let's not be hasty here.
She seems pretty determined. Like, she's getting up. She's getting her wand.
So wait.
But some of the other liches just say, "No, this is fun. Let's hear them speak."
So the Orrery is a big bad, as you, one who is so powerful and so graceful and talented, knows a big bad when it sees one.
She's kind of narrowing her eyes like, okay.
So, how do we prevent a big bad from happening and still get my friend Yoskrin home and sate his curiosity, because that's really the only reason why it's not destroyed?
Home? Where's home? What do you mean?
He's from another plane. I don't know how he got here, but we found him.
Find someone who can do a plane shift spell. Honestly, I don't know why you bring something of that level to me.
But this is amazing, this thing that you've made. It deserves to be understood.
Part of the problem is that the more it's put together, the more its power grows and gives you this possibility of traveling all over the place, and the more it makes you feel like, gee, wouldn't it be cool to open portals just anywhere, like maybe the far realm?
Is there anything to be done about the obsession with it?
Well, let's see. My solution was to disassemble it and hide all of the pieces in difficult-to-find locations.
That didn't work.
But it seems like that didn't work.
No, actually, it kind of backfired. There is another group of people hunting the Orrery, including a Mind Flayer, who are also hunting it. And we've managed to obtain and protect the pieces that we have. But if you can advise us how to destroy it, we might be able to just destroy the pieces that we have we can. You're correct. We can find out about plane shift spells and help Yotrin home.
We cannot destroy it.
Yalskren?
It's too much.
Hush, hush, hush.
No. This is too important.
I'm going to command Yalskren to hush with my spell command.
That's magic?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool. What kind of save is it?
It's a wisdom save.
That's a 18.
Ugh. Okay. That
No.
Then.
A round of chuckles goes around the boardroom table.
No, but are you aware of the 6 who are hunting your orrery?
Let's see. The 6. I don't know. Buffy, have you heard of the 6? She says, "Oh, they're dreadful."
Absolutely.
And then one of the other liches kind of says, I heard that there was some chap named Splugoth the Returned. And he, a little goblin fellow, he was talking about wanting to open a portal to the Four Realms. And how's a goblin going to do that? I didn't think anything of it.
He's a goblin with milky eyes, right?
Do goblins not usually have milky eyes?
Not typically.
Oh, well then, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought down our airship.
Which is kind of why we're here.
Wait, it's how it came down, but not how it...
So they are actively pursuing this. The orrery, the pieces of it. We don't know if they've got. I think there's 2 that we're missing. Well, we don't know if they've got those.
Okay, I can see that you have 4 components on there. I know that I have the Wheel of Stars. Do you believe that they have the last one?
It's entirely possible. We have not checked in with our home office in a few days.
Okay, so unfortunately, for you, I don't especially concern with myself with these sorts of things, but the last component that would be out there in the world, so to speak, is the one known as the Fargear. And unfortunately, that is the one that actually has the capacity to open a portal to the Far Realm.
I think that's the one they have.
I think
that's a problem.
Yes.
So let's okay, look. They're already bad money. We need to make good money out of this. The only way I can think of making good money out of this is figuring out how to destroy this thing.
No. Why everyone want to destroy this thing?
Because, Yalskren, it's going to be bad for everybody on the entire plane.
Only if used by bad people. I am not bad
remember
people.
when there was that sigil that opened up that thing that was just a bunch of mouths?
Yeah, that was stupid people.
Yeah, they're gonna open that up. Only it's going to be big and everywhere.
I am not stupid people.
You're not stupid.
No,
we're not strong enough.
Clearly either.
So, I think those of you who are watching Lottie still watch her roll her eyes and turn back to the other liches and just going...
Alive people, am I right?
Yeah.
So Lottie, how would you destroy this? Or what would be the safest way to destroy this?
Honestly, I don't know. What I thought was the safest thing, and apparently it was not good enough, was to have the pieces all separated. Hey, you lot work for some sort of a business that does things for people who need things done?
We in fact do. We work for Acquisitions Incorporated.
How about I pay you to hide all of those parts in separate places as far away from each other as possible?
That's
That sounds like a great idea.
I was just going to suggest we can bury it in the inventory. We'll bury it in the books.
Yep.
I
You have another
will
piece?
insist upon the parts being separate, as far away as possible from each other.
Yep.
I don't
given
think that's a
the
good idea.
ability to travel, I think that will make it easy.
I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this would work.
You're alone.
You are alone in that opinion.
So no,
It was hidden before
he's-
it comes back together. It will come back together with
It
that.
wasn't
It cannot
hidden
be
by
destroyed.
us.
There was something to destroy it. It did not work. But in
So-
the hands of an artist, in the hands of someone who can do this, this is beauty.
How about?
She turns to the rest of you and says, "This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why I separated it the last time. It creates an obsession."
Yeah,
We'll
saying that.
We'll get him on board.
I'm going to offer a separate idea. We figure out a way to put it together. We open a portal to the far realm and fling it into the farm realm.
The problem you will have doing that, I think you'll find, is that as soon as that portal is open, all sorts of tentacles and teeth and so on will be coming right on out. They are very eager over there in the far realm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's no guarantee that they couldn't use it.
What if we hide it
Open it in a bag of holding. It'll just blow up, right?
opposed
No.
to the far realm?
Could we just throw it in a volcano? Can we go Lord of the Rings on this?
Oh, well, in a volcano,
what did you just
absolutely
say?
would be a good solution. I would say one part could go in a volcano. That seems like a good plan.
Okay. So could we we could separate the 6 parts and throw the main part of the orrery into the volcano?
Yes, so certainly. That sounds acceptable to me.
You don't even know, do you? You're just going along with any suggestion these people are making.
Arwen pulls out his brief pack, reaches in, pulls out a set of contract papers already filled out, ready to sign.
And like one of the other liches says, "Oh, Lottie, really? You're going to contract with mortals?" And she's like, "It's a bunch of mortals carrying the magic artifacts around. What could it cost? 10 gold pieces?"
Actually,
about the fee structure.
It's actually a bit more than that, but you seem to be doing quite well here. I'm sure that we will come to a price that will not have much impact on your bottom line.
Well, make an offer.
What do you think, everyone?
Who's our contract mancer person? I don't remember what the role's called.
Documentor. I am in charge of the documents. However, I'm not in charge of the money.
Yeah, so you can certainly put together the contract that would dictate the terms and everything, but you guys have to decide on the price.
Okay.
As the Hortimancer, I do want to say that we've got 6 pieces, 7 including the original piece.
I think we can safely leave that one piece with her.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that one piece.
No. I think
honestly, I mean, if you want to dispose of that one too, I'll give it to you.
No, I think it's more than safe with you.
Fair enough.
I would like to see it at least.
She looks at you and says, "All right, but look with your eyes, not your hands." And she, out of what looks like a pocket in nowhere, is just holding a little clockwork compartment, and it basically looks like the illusion of the thing that was in the vault.
May I take a closer look?
Oh no!
No, you may not.
This will be the
she
only
holds
time
it
I get
down
to
lower and offers it to you and just says, "I have had far too many drinks to try to disintegrate you today, so please don't make me reach for an 8th level spell slot."
You have created something of beauty, and you wish to destroy it. I am saddened by this. But I wish to look at this closer, see what it is. Maybe I can learn how to make something that is in the betterment out of your mistake.
Well, frankly, what I have found in my many, many lifetimes of experience in this world and in these matters, crafting magical items and so on, is that the money is better in casinos.
But the beauty is better in art.
Can't argue there.
So, if you've spent so many lifetimes making artifacts, how did you make one that can cause such a compulsion and obsession?
magic is unpredictable. That's how. Like, look, Reginald over there. He created this rod of power, and ended up dividing the positive plane from the negative plane. It took forever to get that sorted out. And Reginald is just like, you all are never going to let me let that
That's the problem with living forever. So, prices.
So, this seems like it's a high level, not just one high level job, but 6 high level jobs.
Mm-hmm.
7. Because
7
we also have
if we're doing the base.
Mm-hmm.
She says, and reminds you all that this is, of course, contingent. The Fargear must be among the parts that you hide. You cannot allow it to remain in the hands of someone who intends to open the portal. That's ridiculous.
So what seems reasonable for these extremely dangerous, time-consuming, material-consuming? Because I mean, we're going to have to protect these objects after we hide them.
Yeah. We're actually talking 8 phases. Obtain the Fargear, hide the 6 components, and hide the obtain the Fargear. We have 4 of the 6, right?
Yeah. Actually, I propose that the gear we actually destroy the Fargear and the Orrery, but we can talk about that later.
I imagine that we're going to have to do some major construction in order to hide and protect, traps, these sorts of things. Yeah. So I think 10,000 per artifact for a total of 7,000 or 70,000 gold.
She kind of like leans back, looks up. She's like counting on her fingers, and you suddenly realize her fingers are almost blurring with how fast they're going, and she's just like.
So did she actually?
Yes, fine. But payment on let's see. I suppose some upfront is reasonable. That's typical. What do you say?
25% quarters.
15% up front.
20.
Well, there is a lot of construction that's going to have to go into protecting these. Plus,
yes,
we're going to have to assault these. We're going to have to kill the 6.
One of the other liches just says, "Just agree to 20, Lottie. Honestly, let's get on with this. I want to get back to our bridge game."
That's actually too many people for a bridge game.
Not all of us are playing it once, young man.
So did she happen to actually hand that thing to me so I could take a look at it?
We can make 20
No, she did not hand it to you. She held it in her hand.
Right, but they're distracted with their bickering, right?
Well, I mean, she is paying enough attention that I think you're going to have a hard time grabbing it.
No,
you
I'm looking
you
at
can
it.
try if you want, but
I'm looking at it longingly, but I can't.
Okay.
I can't get that distance.
She held it down so you could look closely at it, but she did not let go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I anticipate that it's probably an illusion.
Well, she snaps and it sort of poofs back into some trans-dimensional pocket or something.
So now I would like to ask. We've not been able to find much about the 6. You all seem very powerful, very knowledgeable, and have been here for some time. Is there any information you can provide us, books or anything?
The one who had mentioned Splugoth before says, "Oh, well, no, he's got himself set up in the dimensional caverns beneath Red Larch."
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's not hard to find, just follow the the ripples of transdimensional planar energy.
How do those caverns work? If we step into this place, will we just magically go in some other place?
They all laugh and then just kind of chuckle at each other. Ugh, mortals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am immortal. I'd like to stay that way.
One of them takes a little crystal gem out of like a pocket of their robe and just like flips it to you like a coin and just says, "That'll glow when you're close."
Close
Thank you.
to where they are, okay. But that doesn't answer my question of, am I going to be whisked away to another dimension if I go into this place?
Well, yes, that's rather the point of creating a portal into the far realm. You need a place where the dimensions are weaker. What do you want from me here? This is not my job that I'm taking on. You're the ones that want to do this.
Okay.
Okay, instead of answering all of
have an
their
agreement.
questions, yeah.
All right.
We have an agreement. I will pull out the contracts and fill in the appropriate, the amount and the different phases of the contract and when things get paid and all that kind of thing, and present that for her to be signed.
Yeah. So and she looks it over. Apparently reads it very fast. I mean, she looks like she's really reading it, but it's just like flip, 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 flip. Yes, this all seems to be in order. Standard Acquisitions Incorporated. Really? All right. Well, okay.
We didn't name it.
So, she signs it, and then she just says, "So, your payment, obviously gold coins. You're not going to be able to carry them. I could certainly give you as much of that as you like in tokens."
Absolutely not.
We'd have to change them at the cash at the counter before
that. Platinum would be platinum suitable.
Certainly.
Yes.
Platinum gems.
Yes.
All right.
Armaments.
What's that?
Let's get this.
Let's keep it in cash, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Easier to
Okay.
It makes things easier for me because I've got to send our superiors their fees, taxes, etc.
Well, she is arranged. Yes, it is 70,000. You deal. It is she pays that much. You deal with whatever additional fees and overhead and taxes.
Right. Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you find as you're being escorted out that the skeletons have piled several heaping pouches full of what look like platinum coins and gemstones.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Do
start counting.
the special horde person pouch thing that goes directly to the vault at Waterdeep?
Yeah, the feldspar, yes, as
Yes.
a level 2, rank 2 horse person. Yep.
Just shovel it in there.
Arwen, as Documancer,
Yes.
you suddenly feel your pouch sort of like jolt, like a document has just been delivered to it.
Okay. pull it out. Take a look.
It just says, "Nice work," signed Omidron.
A little sticky note. Let's show it to the others.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
And we will register a contract with corporate to make sure that they understand why this pile of 14,000 gold worth of valuables have just arrived in our vault.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Turn it into the
as soon as the contract was signed and you registered it, they part of the whole Documents Essential that you got is that there's a duplicate copy of the contract filed to the Home Office immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys make your way back out. The crew, you guys get to a little bit of a delay of like, oh, now we have to just spend a couple of days fixing our battle balloon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, hold on. We do have. I mean, the artifact will teleport us, correct?
Yeah, it's true.
No, it will not.
Nope.
Well, Yaskrin won't use it to teleport
Okay.
because he's mad at us.
Okay. Then we'll wait.
Okay. Are you going to be mad forever that we're destroying the one thing you love in this multiverse that can get you home? Are you just going to hold that over us forever?
Well, it's not.
Move
No,
on.
it's not though.
It's not the only way that he can get home.
Oh, see, there you go.
That's not important to me anymore.
You know,
I'm going to rub my. Arwen rubs his hands together and says to the decisionist, let's discuss the magic that is subcontracting. So we go to other franchises of the Acquisitions Incorporated, and for, let's say, 5,000 gold or some such price that gives us a significant profit off the top, hand them one of the pieces to go and hide, and we don't need to know where they hide it, just that they've done so.
We would need to do extensive background checks on those franchises, because I don't want what's happening to our franchise to happen to another franchise.
Yeah, we probably only want to contract with high level, like rank 4 franchises, because they'll have the most powerful people who can actually defend these pieces.
So you guys suspect that Home Office would be very happy to assist with this whole endeavor and ensuring that you have appropriately vetted franchises able to perform this role, and in fact even willing to perform the organization to ensure that you don't have any doubling up or people, coincidentally deciding to hide 2 pieces at the same place without realizing it and that sort of thing. And of course, they would need a little bit of a percentage in order to perform those duties, but they would be happy to take that on. Or you guys could manage it as you like, but in the meantime, that's what you're discussing during the couple of days of repairing the ship. But in the meantime, you travel to Red Larch. You're flying around above, and you discover after a while that you are able to detect some transdimensional energy with that little bauble that you got from the Lich.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah. And then you find that underneath a little tavern called the Drawn and Courtier, there seems to be a strange tunnel. And I'm also going to just briefly let you know in the meta sense that there's another very fan servicey bit that we're skipping here. And it's fun, but we're going to get to the big finish.
While we're traveling, I want to take aside my clerics. Hi. I'm very concerned about Yaskrin. And I am concerned that as we move forward with trying to dispose of this item, that he is going to either become violent or he is going to try to steal it. I come to you because we all share some sort of divine affiliation. And so, between us, let's try to make sure that Yaskrin is feels supported, but doesn't do anything dumb.
So, you guys together can make a religion check if you want.
Sure.
Which one of you wants to make it?
I do not have a good religion check. Does anybody?
I've got +3.
I got +3. So.
All right, either one of you do it, and I'll help.
You make it, brother. We'll help.
Oh, 2 19s.
Yeah.
So 22.
You suspect that a remove curse spell might be able to break the attunement between him and the Orrery. You don't know what effect that would have on whatever he's thinking and feeling. But if it is supernaturally influencing him in a curse-like way, that would break it. But if that is not what's happening, it does not guarantee that he's suddenly fine. It just means that if there is any supernatural influence compelling him to act this way, that it would break that.
I can perform a remove curse and actually calm emotions. It'd be better if there were more hands. Do it simultaneously.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not high enough level as a spellcaster for that, but I will definitely help as much as I can.
Hold your horses, guys, for a second.
When did you come in the room?
Yeah.
Are you always spying on me, Draylin? Or not Draylin?
Kip.
Are you always spying on me, Kip?
It's a small battle balloon.
Yeah.
And I am a smuggler by trade. But here's the thing. I don't even know why I'm the one pointing this out to you, holy people. You're basically asking someone who is fascinated by mechanical things to destroy something that literally is the embodiment of the thing that they have done their entire life. That'd be like asking you to destroy the embodiment of your faith.
Mm-hmm. Granted.
And now you're saying that you're going to magically break potentially what is causing this, but let's just say, what if it's not? What if he literally just likes the thing?
I have a meanwhile to do while they're having this conversation.
Sure.
So, let me know when you want to go to that conversation.
Yeah, let's just do that. I think you guys have established the two sides, and you can be discussing it back and forth.
Okay, so no doubt that he's moping somewhere. Perhaps has found a spot to be alone, maybe out on the railing on the side of the ship.
Yeah, looking over the railing. Yeah.
So, Arwen comes up to him, leans over the railing alongside him.
Yoshkin is wary and stays a distance away.
It's like, it's been an incredible adventure putting together the pieces of this thing.
Yeah.
Every individual part that comes along, there's new powers and new things to find there. Quite an experience, hasn't it been?
Yeah.
The sense of wonder of all that happening to someone like you who really, really appreciates this. That must be an incredible experience.
I was close to another piece. I could almost make out what it could do.
And you want to be the only person who ever has that experience. That is an incredible piece of just self-confidence and like historic. I mean, you would have been the man, right? The one to do it. And no one else in history would ever be able to have that experience because you would have done it all.
That's not so important.
No? So it would be okay if 200 years from now, someone discovers the Orrery and sets out on their own adventure to find all the little pieces that have been secreted away and try and reassemble it again.
That won't be possible if you destroy parts of it.
They're not being destroyed. They're being hidden away so this whole cycle can happen all over again.
Well, recall your initial finding of the Orrery was for someone who was doing his best to find an ancient altar that was designed to destroy magic items, and it failed to destroy it.
Right.
So you're not sure it's possible to destroy it.
Yeah.
You have a point?
So, in every story of this kind of thing, there's always the stories of the people who tried and failed the time before. The 17 knights who previously tried to kill the dragon and died, and the 14 diplomats who failed to end the war, but then there was the hero who did it. And you know what? We can't all be the one who saves the day for the final time at the end of the story. Sometimes you're just knight number 6.
So,
hey, you get to be knight number 6. This has been a huge roller coaster. You've had an experience that nobody else alive has ever had or is likely to ever have. So, look at it from that point of view. This if you're always looking ahead to what your next goal is, oh my God, I sound like Father Go-Ahead. What the hell do they think they're doing, telling you can't have what you want?
You confuse
God
me.
damn it! They are such assholes! You want that artifact? I say we go get it! Damn them all!
You are very confusing. I don't
No,
know
I'm
what...
on your side, dude. You gotta reach out and just grab whatever you can as soon as you can, because you never know when someone's gonna take it away. So
or when someone's going to find you in default of the contract you just signed.
Yeah, well.
Well, you know, hey, I mean,
a lot of gold pieces. BT dubs.
Arwen is realizing right now that this contract he just signed is a tremendous betrayal of his own personal code as far as that's concerned, but there's a gigantic pile of money behind it, so he's fine. But nevertheless, in a metagaming sense, he's playing this kind of bizarre psychological game on him to try to manipulate him into not being ready to betray us.
Sure. All right. So in the meantime, what is the religious/smuggler debate gotten up to?
I really understand where you're coming from, but the point is, he is cursed. We need to remove that no matter what. The common emotions is just to, hopefully get the immediate, perhaps rage, perhaps, who knows, unpredictable emotion out of the equation, and then we can, logic through this, figure out exactly what to do, what's best for the franchise, what's best for him and us.
I'm going to go up to the two of them on the railing.
Okay.
Yaskrin, how are you doing?
I've had better days.
I know, because this kind of sucks. It is a beautiful thing, this artifact. It is a mystery. It is... And mysteries can be tantalizing. I know that. I've been in those shoes. But look at it this way. We're not hiding them for a little bit of money. We're not giving up building it for a little bit of money. We're giving it up for a metric ton of money.
Keep my share. I don't want it.
Okay. Let me put it to you this way. Yaskrin, have you ever heard of the concept of lying low till the heat dies down?
Is that for forest fire?
It's for people in less savory professions. And look at it this way. So we're not destroying the artifact. We're hiding the artifact. And you're attuned to it, yes?
I am.
You can feel it. You can almost taste it when you're near a piece.
It's not so much, but...
Okay, put it another way. The only people who are going to know where the artifacts are when all this is over are the people on this airship. Yes?
Possibly. There was some word of subcontracting. I don't know what that is.
Okay, but here's the thing. We're not destroying it. We can't destroy it.
But you want to.
You're not an old dwarf. You're not an old gnome. You have your life ahead of you, right?
I think so.
So what you do is, we hide the pieces.
Collect the money.
We collect the money. You live like a king for a decade, and then you go find it again.
What would be the point of living like a king for a decade? It's only a decade.
Kip, at this point, that little bauble that led you to this specific tavern gets so hot that it literally burns a hole through your pocket and falls to the deck.
Are we gonna change course or anything?
So I think we're there.
Kip is muted, not realizing it.
I'll send up a call through. I'm assuming we have like a
speaking tubes.
So
speaking tubes.
Let me be clear too, though, that I love all of that. This is such an amazing moral conundrum to get us in, and I am just turning up the heat on you. I am not telling you to stop having this conversation. I'm just saying you are aware that the guy who wants to open a portal with to the far realm has the capability to do it. So, tick-tock.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I probably should get to up to the pilot's thing and prepare us for landing.
Now, Scrin, the 6 want to use this thing for a very bad thing. So, we're not destroying it, we're protecting it.
So it is in my best interest to make sure they do not get it.
Exactly. And we're going to
easily get it.
A huge paycheck for doing it. Everybody's happy.
Maybe.
The best cons are the ones where everyone gets what they want. You're going to get the artifact when no one's looking. We're going to get paid. We're going to stop the bad guys. And the Lich is going to, I don't know, Lich sleep better, whatever she does. Swindle more Druar. Get drunk.
The future will be determined soon.
On that note,
That's not an ominous statement.
Great things come to those who wait, my friend.
on that note, I'm going to use my little skull counting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you. And augury what will come of using the remove curse on.
Ooh. How about this? I'm going to have Mark, the player, answer that question.
And now, to be fair, it can only be
it's wheel or woe, which is like
neutral.
basic or neutral.
Yeah.
So it's only very limited scope to respond. Is that the idea?
It is basically, if they use remove curse on you, will that have a positive outcome, a negative outcome, or a neutral outcome? And bear in mind too that I believe that yours is just a standard augury. The one of the other groups has the one that's like specifically from the perspective of home office, but yours is more just general. So like for the group, would using the remove curse be positive, negative, or neutral? Or neutral could also be like mix.
Negative.
I look at them and say, "You see this? There you go. This is bad money. Doing that is bad money."
Well, we have to stop the person with the gear, with the far gear first.
True.
And we'll figure out everything else from there, I suppose.
Sounds like excellent tension with which to enter the final act of the adventure. So, you guys have all made your way. You've landed. You've approached this place. You realize that this is beneath that tavern. You somehow have the vague sense that in another timeline you had a whole sorts of adventures here in this tavern, but right now it looks like you are in a timeline where that's been dealt with already. And so instead of a basement stairway, a rough stone tunnel stretches away from the Dronnen courtier, quickly widening to a cavernous space studded with purple crystals. The tunnel echoes with strange voices and far-off sounds as if originating from distant places, or perhaps distant worlds. Yeah. The tunnel continues for what feels like forever before the ceiling suddenly begins to rise. The walls frame an impossibly tall canyon that slowly widens, the air becoming hot and heavy with the scent of sulfur. Glowing vents of magma fill a huge cavern with a dull red glow. From somewhere ahead, you hear a deep, echoing caw, sounding like the call of some great bird. It repeats periodically, always far off in the distance. Set into a large cleft in the canyon wall is an enormous nest of sticks, bones, paper, and other debris. An immense black form resembling a crow shelters in the nest. It has a beak that comes together like mandibles, large enough to grasp a horse. Even more unsettling are the multitude of eyes clustered on its forehead, though those are all thankfully closed in sleep. And there's a handout for that, for sure.
So not only does the beak open this way, it also opens that way.
Yeah.
We should be
right.
trying to get past that.
Hang on. What the frick is not? Where's this artwork?
Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Alright.
That is not how you sneak.
There we go.
It's how the player sneaks.
But you could do it like the orcs from Warhammer and march up and say, "You can't see us."
So let's see. There's All right, yeah. So there apparently isn't like a separate handout for some reason, but I'll just pull up the little. This is what this thing looks like.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, let's not disturb it.
I may not have much choice.
It's dangerous.
Let sleeping crows lie.
I will tell you though, if we killed it, our fates would be so much brighter.
I don't understand.
Nah.
No. There's no profit.
So you guys notice as you're looking at it a little bit closer, first of all, that you guys can make a perception check.
I got
3.
That's got a
24.
18.
All right, so first, as you're getting a little closer, windows. Okay, first you notice that there's a lot of detritus around the nest that looks like shredded parchments and bound books that have kind of been destroyed, in a very chaotic way. But you can kind of glance at a couple of the fragments of torn pages that have drifted over to your way, where you are, and you realize that they bear titles such as 20 Ways to Gain Your Lover, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, What is Romance, Men are from Abir, Women are from Toril, stuff like that. But the more perceptive among you also see that one of the eyes is open, and as you look at it, it closes again.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's keep walking.
It's totally awake, so be very quiet.
It's okay.
You attempt to creep by, and a sense of doom pervades the cavern around you as the ancient crow suddenly rises up. Its great wings unfurl, its multiple eyes blazing red as it lets loose a caw that shakes the cavern walls.
I guess we gotta kill it.
Well, or...
Run.
Run.
Run!
Who wants to make an insight check?
I will.
I will. If I can.
I did. I beat my DC 15.
Yeah?
Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 19.
My insight was an 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think a couple of you recognize... Sure, it reared up. It cawed in a way that shook the cavern walls, but you don't think its heart's in it, really. This is performative.
Okay.
It's really seems almost to be in a deep state of melancholy, really.
Is it depressed?
Shuffle away.
Poor
Does
thing.
Deep Crow have a bad breakup?
Evidently.
So it's still kind of making a show of like, rah, rah, ah.
I will take my shiny cook's utensils. Lift it up towards it, and then lay it down, and then back away.
Just because they're shiny?
Because they're shiny.
Make a persuasion check.
I just want to hear it say something like, "That's so debasing."
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it can clearly read.
16.
It sort of leans its enormous head way down, and with one of its many many different glowing red eyes, it does that bird thing where it looks down with one side of its head and the other side.
She's courting it.
Maybe we should just
I think
move
you need to do a
on.
dance now.
Read different books, maybe.
Shake your tail feather.
Just backing up. Backing up.
Yeah, let's just keep going, guys.
Keep going.
Let's leave it in peace.
All right, Billy will go. We'll go up to it and say, "Hey, it's gonna be okay. Whatever's gone wrong with you, it's gonna be just fine."
Make a persuasion check, but it's at disadvantage. You get the feeling that it doesn't necessarily understand your words. It's more a matter of your tone.
That's an 11.
It kind of looks at you and then just says, "Caw! Caw! Caw! Caw!" And then it curls back up into its nest and shifts around so that its face is pointing away from the rest of you and just goes, "Ah!"
Okay. Hey,
let's continue on.
So the ancient Deep Crow's cavernous lair begins to taper down again, revealing another canyon passage ahead. The light of volcanic vents fades behind you as you continue into darkness. And then the end of the world.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's get you onto the appropriate map. There's a very minor feature that really seems like it ought to have that it doesn't have in terms of being able to scroll those little page menus. So, let me briefly get all of you on the map here.
So, did we see this from a distance first?
Hang on. I'll redo the, I'm just setting up the map, but, okay.
Wait a minute.
Get what? Give me just 10 seconds before you guys start jumping to conclusions.
That's out of character.
Okay.
That's just me going, hey.
All right. Let's see, who did I not bring out? There we go. All right. So, as you are, so basically you saw that cavern approaching. In the distance, you see pulses of purple and green light coming from it as you're making your way in that direction. Where it was
approximately how far away does that seem to be? Approximately.
You see the light coming from a ways off. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm going to set the recall code.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that means.
It's a feature of the rotor of return.
Okay.
And it's the only real important thing is I need to know if it's more than 500 feet away from here, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you can basically time out that you're when you see that big cavern ahead, you can sort of, when you're about 500 feet away from that, you can do it.
Okay. So I set the orrery down, fiddle with it for a moment. There's and then I put the leather back over it, put it back on my bag. Continue on.
All right. So I think you guys might have noticed a brief fiddling with that.
Nobody's concerned about this.
Roll with it.
Yeah.
One problem at a
Have
time.
on the tracker here. Cannot keep all of you friggin' straight. Arwen, okay. No screen, it's right there. Clovis is the one. There we go. Okay, so you do that. You catch up with everybody else. The inky black space above is now dotted by pulses of purple and green fire. The canyon narrows, then opens again into a cavern where a broad sandstone rise is lit by sheets of green flame that scour the ceiling. Thin shelves of eroded rock emerge from the center of the rise to create a large central mesa. 10 other goblins stand guard around this promontory, which has twisting steps leading up to where this goblin with the pale eyes stands, although his pale eyes seem to be glowing yellow now. A sandstone pillar rises from the mesa before the goblin. Floating above it is what you recognize must be the far gear. Its clockwork components spinning rapidly, glowing with power. Behind Splugoth is a rift in reality, a purple wound in the world beyond which you can see goblins with purple eyes, extra limbs, and other strange mutations. The far realm goblins push forward, trying to press through the portal and into your world. And Splugoth laughs. You are too late! The ritual is under my control, and now you must hear my most villainous speech. You know, I used to work for Acquisitions Incorporated. They don't take care of their people.
How far is he away from me?
Okay, you're on the map.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay, so, all right,
but bear in mind it is so I mean he's
vertical from us.
Yeah, so it's like 45 feet away, but also like 30 feet higher than you.
I'd like to cast Longstrider on myself.
Okay, you guys are jumping to initiative stuff before I've read all the box text.
Well, it was something I can easily do along the way.
Let the monologue go.
All right. He sees that you guys are doing stuff, and he just says, "Oh, who am I kidding? Goblins kill these meddlesome fools." And just to sway the odds, how about some ironic assistance from my minions? With a flourish, Splugoth manipulates the Fargear's clockwork components, and 4 purple-black outlines begin to form before the rift, slowly taking shape of characters you recognize, or at least you recognize 3 of them. One of them you never encountered. But basically, these forms seem to be taking on shapes of Omendron, Jim Dark Magic, Viari, and then some elf lady that you never met.
No. Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, because you guys interrupted his monologue, so we're in initiative now.
Okay.
16.
All right. Okay. So as I've let everyone else know, let me know. Get everything else set up first.
Cool.
And then I'll ask you. So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So briefly, I will allow anyone who feels like they're an Acquisitions Incorporated fanboy to make a history check, and I do mean that in character.
In character?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. I got a 4.
Right.
I'll make one because I'm interested to see where this is going.
Billy's not a fanboy.
All right.
Not of these people, at least.
Sure. Stupid write-up.
60.
Why is it not giving me? Give me a second, please. Why in the world would it not give me this Splugoth link on this page? But fine, okay. Yeah, this is this guy, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He's like a goblin.
Look.
Greaser. I feel like he should be like hanging out in Greece or with Johnson.
Right. Nobody is Acquisitions Incorporated fanboy. That's fine.
That's what I rolled for. I was 16. Is that not enough?
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me your initiative. Sorry. I that's my fault. Yeah. So I'll say that you did actually hear there was has occasionally been talk about once upon a time there was a goblin hireling named Splug, and he died. And then somehow they hired another goblin hireling who was also named Splug, and he died. And then there was another goblin hireling who was also named Splug, and he died. And then finally, a goblin hireling came to them and said, "I keep being brought back. I'm obviously very important. You need to take care of me." And they took him on an adventure, and there was a moment where they had to choose between saving one of their own and saving him, and they did not save him, and he died again. And apparently, it took a toll after a while. He got kind of pissed. Changed his name. He's now Splugoth. He's the Splugoth Returned, and he has decided to take his revenge on Acquisitions Incorporated at every turn, including doing things like, for example, opening a portal to the Far Realm. Some of that you inferred just based on context. It was not what you hadn't heard all of that, sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
If only we had Gorko with us.
I think this
Gorko the Undying?
Yeah, no, Gorko the Crit Master.
He's a goblin that we rescued, and was just
so
like, yeah.
You know what? This combat, man, holy shit. Okay, there's a lot going on. I'm ready for all your initiatives now. Tell me what they are. First, Billy.
13, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. I just didn't hear you. All right. Draylin.
19.
Kip.
That is 16.
All right. Yoskrin.
17.
All right, Arwen.
17.
17. Katalis.
Also 17.
Dang, you guys, you're the 17 club. Bug.
8.
Way to break the pattern.
Absolutely.
Feldspar.
6.
Gosh, I'm trying to type when I can't look at the keyboard. Clovis.
16.
All right.
Almost made it.
Okay. Yeah, so basically he says, "Kill these fools!" Draylin, you're up first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I will,
Yeah, tell me in a second, because I need more water.
Okay.
I think we were.
Remember that there's a steep slope up there. You're gonna need to, if you want to run to it, you need to go up the
I'm gonna
side.
have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. It's just a question of
On the verge of losing my voice
Oh
already.
no!
No, I'm gonna be fine, but it will be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I am going to run up to the edge if I can.
So you gather, first of all, that it will be difficult to climb this unless you go up one of these little paths.
Uh-huh.
So, you tell me where you want to go.
But I can see down where he is, right?
He is up.
Oh, he's up. Is he 30 feet up?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to cast Bane on,
no, okay, he's 30 feet higher than you and like 25 feet away laterally.
Then never mind. Let me do a dash toward the southern steps.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
I'm only 50. I'm only 50 because I'm halfling.
Yeah. Okay, so you get about halfway up there.
Yeah.
All right.
And, yeah.
It is these crazy goblins' turn. Yeah. Okay. I'm
gonna be dead soon. It's fine.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that they don't do anything weird this first turn. A couple of them are going to come down and like run down here to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to make their scimitar attacks. Stupid ambience. Stop. Okay, never mind. You guys don't have to worry about that. Making 2 scimitar attacks against you.
Mm-hmm. They can try.
Yeah. A 10 and a 16.
Neither hit me.
All right. Well, they're trying.
Yeah.
These other guys are basically coming up all along here, and they are, basically all lining up to fire down at you.
Okay.
So they're basically going to rain. You know what? There's so 10 of them left there. So everybody's getting 1 and a 1 short bow attack. So in order, Feldspar, 15.
15 hits.
4 piercing damage. Billy, 21 to hit. 6 piercing damage. Bug,
Yes.
18 to hit.
Yes.
4 piercing damage. Yoskrin, 9 to hit.
Miss.
To Kip, 19 to hit.
That hits.
4 piercing damage. Clovis, 15 to hit.
Miss.
All right. Katalis, 9 to hit.
Miss.
And then Arwen, 14 to hit.
Miss.
All right. And so now I'm going to roll d8 to see who gets the last 2. Katalis, you get 1 more. That's a 14 to hit.
Miss.
And then also Yoskrin, you get another one. But it's a critical miss.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the goblin's turn. Katalis, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take a move action in the direction of that southern stairway, and then I'm going to cast Shatter centered on the pillar. So I'm going to go diagonal. I'm going to move diagonally southwest towards the.
When you say the pillar, what do you mean? This whole thing is the pillar.
Oh, okay. The sandstone thing that has all the goblins around it. That's going to be the center of my shadow.
Okay, well that's where the component is, but it's not.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm just using it as the center
okay,
so I
okay.
get maximum impact.
Mm-hmm.
So I will cast Shatter, and I will use my my ability to make up my daily ability, making the
Okay.
maximum damage because it's thunder.
So what is the range of the shatter spell?
The range of the Shatter spell is 60 feet.
No. Okay. How big an area?
Oh, 10 feet.
10
10
feet.
feet diameter.
10 feet diameter.
Okay, so if you're centering it there, basically you just get everybody adjacent to that square.
Yep.
And so
Shouldn't it be
you're
everybody
gonna.
then? It's 10 feet diameter, isn't it?
Okay. I'm saying that if it's got a center right here, and it goes 5 feet in every direction from there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm just as tired. Sorry.
That's all right. No, we're all there. We're all there. It's been a long weekend. All right, so that's going to be 6 regular goblin constitution saving throws. 7, 12, 2, 11, 13, 3, 8. What are they trying to beat?
14.
I think I did 1 too many, but they all failed.
Yep.
So how much damage is it?
24.
All right. Kablooey.
Wow.
Yeah, so all of those goblins are just boom, gone. And then Splugoth gets to make his. He gets an 18, so he's only going to take 12.
Yep.
All right. He is rocked backwards from that spell, and he kind of holds his head. Ah! All right, are you moving?
Yes, I'm moving in the direction of the southern road. Diagonally.
10,
Diagonally that way.
15, 20. You can basically get right to the bottom of it.
Yep.
Okay, Arwen.
I'm casting Fly,
Okay.
and that's my action. And as my move, I will fly 60 feet straight up.
Okay, straight up. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you stay right there on the map.
Right.
Okay, Yoskrin.
Did I manage to get the long strider or not? I just want the information, that's all.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay. Then from the dimensional loop, I cast the dimensional cloak as a bonus action. Everyone sees his body shift slightly out of phase with the real world, and it becomes difficult to see him. Then, let's see. I will cast... I will move towards the north road.
Okay.
And I will hold a ray of frost in case anything gets close enough to me.
15, 20, 25.
35 now, with long strider.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Shoot, I have to zoom out further because you guys are...
Spreading out.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you do that. It is Splugoth's turn now. For crying out loud, there's a bajillion things in this friggin'...
Well, at least we got rid of some of those goblins.
Yeah, you say that.
They were the easy
I tried,
one.
guys.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so he is making an Arcana check. What is this? Arcana. Yeah, okay, so he's successful, and what you see is that all of the goblins that are remaining, let's see, grow an extra arm. And then he and that's all he does right now.
He's just added an army.
All right. That is all that he does right now. Hang on, let me make sure. There's, like I said, there's so much in this thing. Oh man. Okay. All right. So when do they? I'm sorry, I read this ahead of time, but now I'm tired.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Don't worry.
Take your time.
Okay.
You got this.
Okay. When does this happen? Okay, I'm deciding how it happens. It doesn't matter what it says. So right now it's Clovis's turn.
Clovis is going to cast Hold Person on Splugoth,
All right. What's his saving throw? Wisdom?
which is a Wisdom versus 13.
Failed.
Arr.
Alright. He is currently held.
Cool.
Alright, are you moving?
Nope.
Alright. Kip, you're up.
Jason, you're muted.
Alrighty, so I'm going to cast Erupting Earth.
Okay.
They have to make a dexterity check if they...
What's the range for that?
It is... I have Spell Sniper, so it is... Where did it go? 240
Oh yeah,
feet.
no problem then. Where are you wanting to target it?
Right on top of Splugog.
All right.
It's a 20-foot cube.
Okay. So you'll get the two other goblins with him.
Yeah, they
He's
just have
going
to
to auto fail dexterity saving throw.
All right, yeah.
But
And
the other
they'll
two?
take
The other two are going to do a crit success and a 20. So I think the other two succeed. But what happens?
They take half of 3d12. So here we go. Oof. 4, 2. Oh, there we go. So that's 16 points.
All right.
And then-
He is covered and bludgeoned by erupting earth. The others are killed.
Nice. So
And he collapses to the ground underneath this assault and doesn't move.
slow up.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you moving?
No, I was going to attack again by sacrificing some slots, but if you
Well, you tell me. You got. There are other goblins.
Oh, okay. You know what? I will sacrifice 2 of my sorcerer points to recast Exploding Earth, but I will do it on the other group of goblins heading towards
Strayland?
Yes.
That's not a cantrip, though, right?
It's a part of my one of the things I got. One of my meta magic feats is I can sacrifice.
Yeah, I know that part. What I'm asking is whether or not you can cast 2 spells, neither of which are cantrips in the same round.
Yeah, because sacrificing the 2 sorcery points allows it to become a bonus action.
Right.
Well,
I understand that part.
Yeah. So normally you would. So yeah, you can't cast 2 spells that use a spell slot per turn. You can do a cantrip and a spell, but not 2 spells.
I looked at it was any spell.
There's a separate rule. Yeah. There's a separate. Yeah. So this is something that a lot of people argue about with sorcerers. But yeah, you can cast if you've done a regular spell, you can cast a cantrip, but not another full spell.
Oh, that's why. I'm sorry. I have. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I know it's complicated. This is something that a lot of people argue about, honestly.
Yeah, it's for quicken spell. It doesn't say it has to be a cantrip. It just says any spell that.
I know that's what it says, but there is an additional different rule that's not listed there specifically that says, in general, any person on a turn, no matter what other ability might give them the ability to cast multiple times in a turn, if you have already cast a spell using spell slot, the only other spell you can cast is a cantrip.
Okay, that's fine. Then I will go to. Let's see, where's my cantrip? I will do. It's not in that enough range. Firebolt.
All right. On who? One of these guys down here?
Yep, I'll do it on the lead goblin.
All right, sure.
And there's no count. Well,
Just roll the attack count.
would a 13 hit?
Mm-mm. Sails wide, unfortunately. Are you moving? Staying where you are? Alright. Billy.
Okay. I'm going to do something similar to what Kip just did. Only I'm going to throw 2 firebolts at those 2 goblins.
Which ones? Which 2?
The 2 in front of Grayland.
Okay. 1 at each. Go ahead and roll them.
That is a 12 and another 12, so they both miss. I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, they do. Are you moving?
I'm going to go about 30 feet south. Or kind of, yeah.
Well, okay, south or not south?
South as far as I can go, then follow the wall.
Okay. That's 30 feet. You actually can't... Oh, never mind. That's you. But yeah. You're right there. Okay. Bug. You're muted.
I'm going to be easy, and I'm going to dash to the top of the mountain. Northern stairs.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How as fast is your dash? 30, 35,
80.
40. 45, 50, 55, 60. You get halfway up the stairs.
Nope. I have 40 feet of movement.
You said you were
dashing. I am dashing, so I get 80.
I know, you said that. I was moving you up. I said you get halfway up the stairs, and then I was going to tell you what happens, but you interrupted
Oh, okay. Me. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I understand what you're trying to say. I understand where you misunderstood me. But I'm telling you right now that you reach the halfway point of the stairs, and what happens? You take a rune on the stair activates. You take 10 necrotic damage and find yourself teleported back to the cave entrance.
No.
Yeah. So that's your turn.
No, not my buddy.
Yeah. Feldspar.
Okay, can I see Slugoth, or is he now covered in dirt?
Well, I mean, he's collapsed. He
the-
seems to be unconscious.
Okay, is there any way that I can hide in this terrain and still see Slugoth, or no?
No.
Okay, then I'll use my bonus action to dash south.
Okay.
I have 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will fire a shortbow bolt at the northmost goblin fighting Draylen.
Yep.
And that is a 23.
23 hits. And you do get sneak attack because they are engaged with Draylen.
Okay. So that is...
Yeah, that goblin's not long for this world.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, indeed. That is 19 damage.
Alright, yeah, he's dead. Super dead. Alright. Do you have another attack or anything? I mean, you guys are...
No, I just get one attack per action, so I'm good.
Okay. I thought rogues got extra attack at this level, but I might be wrong.
It's saying I have one attack per action.
What level do you have it at?
6.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it.
I have 2 attacks per action.
Yes, okay. It's not your turn, though.
I know.
I get a bonus thing on my action, as the kind of
okay,
rogue
you
that
might be
I
right.
am.
Okay.
I used it to run.
All right. Yeah, I know. It's fine. I was just curious. I just didn't want to cheat you out of it if you were entitled.
I'm good. Thank you.
All right. So at this point in the initiative, you see the ritual pulse with necrotic or far realm dimensional energy. And let's see, I'm rolling 2d4. There's a 3 and a 4. 4 new goblins appear on the battlefield. Four new goblins appear on the battlefield. Also, you see one of these mystical figures hovering in the back, the one that looks like Omen, suddenly teleports down to be right there and is going to... Yeah, right? Where is this? And Hang tight. Wow. Okay, hang on. There's some goofy frickin' stuff in this fight. Let me read this. Okay. Okay. They. All right. What does it do? Okay, yeah, it is being as effective as it can in combat, and so it lands and it appears there, and then let's see if I can read the effect that this has. A vertical column of divine fire roars down from the heavens and hits every creature in a 10-foot radius, and I am having it centered on Clovis, so it's going to get Bug, Kip, Clovis, and Arwen.
Nope, won't get Arwen. Arwen is 60 feet up, and it's only 40-foot high cylinder.
Okay. You and your goofy tactics. Okay, fine. Okay, the rest of you, the Bug, Clovis, Kip, makes dexterity saving throws.
Dex save. 20, soft 20.
21.
Dex is not my thing.
All right.
Ooh. 13?
So you were looking to beat... where's the freaking DC? 15. So if... you're going to take, if you taking full damage, you're taking 10 fire damage and 7 radiant damage. Otherwise, you're going to take just 8 damage of the combination of those two things.
Ouch.
All right, and then this dark spectral version of Omendron does that, and then he's still there. And then last but not least, as this ritual is pulsing with energy, you see Splugoth rise up out of the soil, and light comes back into his eyes, and he just looks at you and looks down at himself. And see, because it resurrects him at a certain hit points, I believe. Let's see. Man. There's like 3 pages of here's all the things that happen in this. Let's see. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. So he is back up. No longer down. Draylin, you're up.
Okay. So, I am going to use my first attack to shove this hobgoblin off the side.
It's just a regular goblin, but you can still do it.
Whatever.
He's
that
make
is
acrobatics too.
Acrobatics?
He makes acrobatics, you make athletics.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
He rolls
Athletics?
low, though. Yeah.
24.
Yeah, you shove him off the side.
And then I
take 1 bludgeoning damage from falling down.
Okay. And then I go up.
You take 1 more step, and then you're going to take 7 necrotic damage and find yourself teleported back to the opening of the cave.
Okay, so need to use Misty Step. Got it.
or figure out what step it is and avoid it.
Okay.
All right. Katalis.
How much damage was that? 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we got all sorts of threats all over the place. Right. So I am going to cast Spiritual... Oh, that's a bonus action, so
yes.
So, okay. I can't cast 2 spells. Alright.
Okay, tell me what you're doing.
Okay, sorry, I'm babbling. Okay, so...
That's okay.
No. Okay,
we're all there, but we need to move on.
Okay, casting Cold Lightning.
Okay. You cast Call Lightning. It's just a storm cloud forms overhead, because sure, why not?
Right on the top of the mesa where Splugoth is.
Okay. I believe it'll only hit him if you do that, and that's fine. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, concentration up to 10 minutes, so I'll just concentrate. So yeah,
okay, I'm just saying if you want to hit Splugoth directly, it'll only hit him. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. Okay.
Yeah, it's 5 feet range. Yeah.
All right. So
that's fine.
He's rolling a dexterity saving throw.
He is.
He gets a 9.
Then he takes 3d10 damage. Let me roll that.
All right, so roll it.
21 points of damage.
All right, he's down again.
Roll that beautiful radiant footage.
You fry him with lightning, he goes down again.
Okay.
All right.
So that's my. I'm gonna remain where I am for the moment.
Okay,
because
Arwen.
I saw what happened to.
Arwen, you're up in the air. What are you doing?
Flying up to the far gear and grabbing it.
You discover that it is not that simple. It is being part of an actual ritual right now. You're going to have to try to make an arcana check to try to grab it, or sleight of hand, one or the other. Hello? Did you freeze just right now? On your turn?
Oh no.
Of course. No.
He's just holding very still while he concentrates.
Arwen is suddenly caught in the rippling of the dimensional energy, and it is now Yoskrin's turn.
Would you say that he is 60 feet away from me? The
who?
Splugar.
I don't know. What?
Splugar.
He's dead.
Splugar.
I don't know.
Is he about
he's 60 feet.
Okay. Then I will activate the time bandit from the chronolometer.
Okay.
That means I slow down time, getting additional action in this turn.
Okay.
I will then activate the where are we here? Where are you? Dimensional loops fold space to make
you're
the
not using more than one action.
None of these
other
use
than
action.
the
Well, that one person doesn't use actions. Fold space doesn't use actions either.
All right.
But it makes the space where Slugorth is right beside me.
Okay.
So I reach through the fold.
Okay.
Sorry, was there something?
Yeah, people are messaging back and forth because it's fine. Just what are you doing? You're reaching up to do the thing.
To
what are you
try to wrest the thing away.
Okay, you have to make an Arcana check or a sleight of hand check, just like I just told Arwen. And he got caught in space time.
24.
All right, you pluck the Fargear out of the ritual, and now it is in your hand.
Excellent. Now, for actions, I will cast.
I think it's absolutely your action to pluck it out.
Yeah, I have 2 though from the time bandit.
Okay, fine. All right. You've got all the magic powers because the rest of you let the guy with the obsession have all of the ultra powerful, overpowered magical artifacts. So this is all your fault, everybody.
I was very tempted to kill him about 20 minutes ago.
All right, yeah. So what are you doing with your remaining action?
He looks at the door, but decides not to cast that. Instead, looking at, shit. Where was it? No, I'm losing the things. They're right there in front of me. No, I can't reach them.
In my defense, by the time I got back, it was too late to take any of them from Yaskrin.
I wasn't here. I was going to sell them for cash.
So, Arwen, unfortunately, you got hitched into the time-space stream, and you were briefly unable to take your action. We're doing Yoskrin's turn right now, but we'll come back to you in a moment.
Yeah.
Yoskrin.
Shoot.
Are you panicked with indecision? Are we moving on?
No, I need to use this special action because I only get 1.
Okay, well,
so
do it.
I will cast. How why not? I drop one of the magic stones that they gave me before, and I cast catapult to launch it at one of the things at the top.
Okay, which one of the things? What do you mean? Tell me.
So one of the goblins that just came in.
Okay, sure. Okay, one of the things is not enough. You can tell me to attack a goblin. All right, you're attacking a goblin. Roll an
I am
attack.
attacking a goblin.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a dex save on their roll.
Okay. No.
Okay, it takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
It goes through his head and collapses his skull. He's dead.
And then I'm going to start moving back about halfway to where the group is.
Bloop. Arwen, you went up there. You were going to try to grab the thing. Then you got caught up on dimensional energy. And as soon as you realized that you were free to move again, you saw Yoskrin's hand reach out of nothing and pluck the far gear out of the ritual. And
now I remember what I was going to do.
And now then you look down and you see he has it in his hand.
Okay, then I will change direction and go after. And I will change direction and go after Yasmin.
Okay, what is your speed with your flying? Because
60.
You already moved. You were here, so you moved 45 feet to get to there. You can move 15 feet in his direction.
So 15 feet in his direction. Yep. And scream, Yasgrin, no!
All right, Kip, you're up. Or no, excuse me. It would be Splugoth, but it is he is unable to move on account of being dead. Clovis.
So is that the bad guy just at the top right of me?
No, this is Bug.
Oh, sorry, that's what.
This is the Spectral
That's
Ometron.
Bug, okay. So I'm going to try to move. I want to move so that I do not get within striking distance of quest blah 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 blah. And I'm going to try to do. Sorry, I'm going to try to cast Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
I want to try to get as many of our peeps as possible within a 30
You get everybody. Everybody's Beacon of Hope. Why not?
Beacon. So everybody gets advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Beacon.
Yay!
And death saving throws.
Booyah.
And
Even better.
Yeah.
All right, that happens. Do you move?
Sweet.
Rear lightning round.
No, I'm cool. I'm gonna stay.
All right, Kip.
All right, I'm gonna back away to the mouth of that cave because I'm hurting very badly.
Sure.
And I will then expend.
He's gonna get an opportunity attack on you.
5 foot step.
The Omendron, this spectral Omendron, is going to get an opportunity attack if you back away from him, unless you disengage.
If I disengage, I can't do what I want to do, can I?
Nope. This one is for all the marbles.
Then I'll have to take it. Then it's fine.
He is going to make a maul attack against you, and he gets a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
For 15 bludgeoning damage.
Woo! I am almost down. Woo!
All right, but you are able to withdraw after that. He wallops you as you try to move away, but you then move away. Any action?
Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice 3 sorcery points to call forth my Hound of Ill Omen, and the target will be the Spectral Omendron.
Okay, I don't know all the rules. You'll have to tell me what that means.
It's basically a direwolf with 3 hit points.
Okay, I have a cat.
Okay, it's a spectral dire cat.
Totally
yeah.
That's fine.
What does it do?
It knows its target, so it'll attack him. I want to say next. I want to say.
Here's the spectral cat.
I bet it attacks this turn. Go roll an attack for it.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe it'll do something. The other way, at this point, while it's maybe distracted with this thing, I'm probably going to leave it.
We are so close, you guys. Let's keep it moving.
Okay. 19?
19 hits.
Yay!
All right, do your damage or whatever it is.
It's... I want to see... Oh, yeah, here we go.
Billy, you're on deck.
I know what I want to do.
Okay, 2d6 plus 3.
right, let's roll it.
Haha! That is 13 points.
All right, you do 13 points of damage. That happens. Billy.
Okay, Billy is going to take 1 5-foot step to the left and football at Obendron.
And doing what? You're cutting out. I didn't hear what you said. You're doing something at Omendron. Witch bolt. Okay, so roll your attack.
19.
19 hits.
No, 20. So.
Okay, 19 hits.
Yeah.
Do it.
13 damage.
Zap that guy. 13 damage. Yeah, takes it. All right, are you moving? Are you done?
I'm done.
Bug, you're up.
Attack Omendron.
Okay.
10-foot distance. I'm going to use my reach.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm going to rage and hit him twice with my great axe.
Okay. So roll those attacks.
9 and an 18.
Only the 18 hits.
Okay, and 4.
4. Okay, 4 damage.
With rage?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I did the wrong attack, but I'll just stay with the 4. We'll just keep it moving.
All right, we're moving. This is all panic mode. Feldspar.
I will turn around and shoot at the Omendron and enjoy it.
Yeah.
14.
14 does not hit. Are you moving?
Okay. Then I will dash towards the cliff.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20...
like directly that way, because I'm going to climb right up it. I'm not going to use the stairs.
Okay, you're going to have to make checks to do that.
Okay.
Alright, but, so, you're going to need to use an action to climb it.
Right. Okay. So I will get ready to climb it next turn.
Okay. It is the ritual's turn to pulse again. So, another 2d4. Up to 4 and a 1. So, another 5 goblins appear.
And it's true even with the gear removed?
Oh, that's a good point. Hang on. No. I mean, I'm so glad you said that, because I am super punchy. You are 100% right. I don't think that with the gear removed that it still does that. Let me double check what has to happen here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So here's what happens. The goblins do not appear. The Omendron poofs back up to here, and the Jim Dark Magic zips down.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
No, he disappears into mist.
Okay.
The new goblins do not appear, but Splugoth is raised again. And the Jim Dark Magic is going to make his attack. And I want those of you magically inclined to make Arcana checks as you're watching this happen.
Critical 20. Natural 20.
16?
16. Well, I think, Billy, with that natural 20, you're the one that realizes this portal that's been opened is already stable. The ritual is completed. You need to use the Orrery to close it. You can't just leave it. It's open.
The ritual is complete. The Orrery needs to close it.
So I think, let's see, Bug, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
And I have advantage on that, right? Because of the bless?
Yes. Beacon of Hope.
Yes.
Beacon of Hope.
But yes.
18.
You succeed, and you are not turned into a chicken.
Yay! I would have pecked at his ankles.
Sure. Okay, that is the next turn. So Billy yells that out, but Draylen, it is your turn now.
Okay, so I am going to run up to just beyond Jim Dark Magic, so that I am in the square north of him.
All right.
And I will yell to Yaskrin, Yaskrin, if you want to use that thing, do it now. And then I will take 2 attacks at Jim Dark, or whatever his name is, with my sword.
So you guys are pretty clear that these are Far Realm entities taking the forms of these people. It's not actually them.
Okay, so my first attack is a 19, and my second attack is a 23.
Both of those hit.
Okay, great. So, 1. Okay. And first one is a 4. Second is a 7. And then can I use the second one to do my Divine Smite?
Why? Yes. Just tell me you're doing it.
Yeah,
you're good.
Divine.
So roll the damage. Tell me how much.
7 damage.
Okay, 7 damage total.
Okay. 7 total. I rolled really terribly.
18 total.
Okay. Well, okay. I only did 7 because you only told me 7. So there's.
Sorry.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 more.
All right.
And thank you, Vivid Muse, for the encouragement.
Yay! You guys are great. Yay. And looks like we got another donation just came through on the chat. So we're now at 1,045. Now at the end, we're past the time, but we gotta finish and close the ritual, right? Okay. Katalis.
Sprogos getting another lightning bolt coming down on him.
Kaboom.
Make it.
So I'll try to make it another dexterity saving throw. And 6. So
he takes 17 damage.
He's down again.
I could do this all day.
I think just before he hits, he says, "Now, okay, wait, just a." All right, are you moving? Are you doing anything else?
No, I have to stand and concentrate.
Yeah. Well, you can still move.
No, I'm perfectly fine where I am.
That's fine. Okay, Arwen.
Arwen flies down in front of Yazdren, and if he looks like he's going to run away, Arwen's going to try and grapple him. But as he's going to point and say, "You have to close that thing!" And
all right. So you are holding an action to grapple him if he tries to run.
Yes.
All right, that makes it your turn, Yoskrin. What are you doing?
I'm studying the thing to see if I can shut off the ritual with this. The mechanism itself is in my hands.
You believe that now that that's been pointed out to you that you probably have to use it, you know you'd have to take it back up to the top.
Okay. I'm going back to the top. I'm just looking at surprise and confusion at one in front of me. And let's see. Okay. Yeah, I will run to the base.
15, 20, 25?
Yeah, well, just to there.
It smelled like someone else.
And how far do I think the top is? Would it be 30 feet?
Sure, yeah.
I misty step to the top.
Poof. All right.
And I have 10 more feet of movement. Do I have an action, or was that my action to examine?
Well, Misty Step's a bonus action, so yeah, I think you can use your action. Let's see what you have to do. You have to add it back to the ritual, and then you'll have to seize control of it. So that's going to be at least 2 actions. But let me. I think adding back to the ritual. You know what? You're so attuned to everything else. I'll say that that's trivial. You can put it back, but that is your action to put it back. And then next round, you'll be able to use it to stop the portal.
I hope I survive.
Or, frankly, anyone can try to use it to do that now that it's replaced. But that's your turn. All right. It would be Splugoth's turn again, except he is dead again. Love it.
I'll move over to Kip. Cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. Healing in for 31 points.
Oh,
Ooh.
You are a lifesaver because I only had 2 hit points.
Oh, yeah. All right, Kip, your turn now. Now that you're healed, what are you doing?
Alrighty. So,
My throat is about to implode.
I am going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on the phantom dude who just tried to turn someone into a chicken.
All right, yeah. So that's going to be another dexterity saving throw.
No, that's strict.
Strength.
DC 16.
Yeah, does not look strong. He literally gets a 0.
And I am going to have it crush him.
All right, how much damage is that?
That is 9 points.
All right. Take 9 points of earthen grasp damage. Billy.
Okay. Magic missile at Jim.
All right. Do you have any sort of commentary about how you're using regular magic missile on what looks like Dim Dark Magic?
No, what would be ironic is using his own spell against him.
Well, I don't know. It's I mean, that's a gold in his pocket to use his.
I don't need to give you money for this.
All right, damage.
10.
Open source, mother.
Wait, no, 10 plus 14, or 15. Sorry, 15.
The missiles pulverize him, and his dark spectral energy form disappears and zips back into the portal.
Good. And
Nice.
that's it.
Okay, Bug.
Well, crap. This rage is I'm not going to be able to attack anybody this turn, so my rage is going to dissipate. But
unless you make a ranged attack.
Yeah, I'm going to take 2 of my javelins and throw them up at those 2 goblins right up at the top.
Go for it. Roll those attacks.
Okay. 25
Yeah.
and 23.
Both of those hit.
All right. So one of them is 4 plus 2, so 6, and the other one is 7 plus 2, so 7.
One of them is dead. One of them is at 1 hit point.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, goblins should have had a turn by now, but that's all right. I'll just give it to them right now. They all have extra arms, which means they get an extra attack. That's how the rules work. I didn't make them. Yoskrin.
Yep.
You got 3
I'm
of these
making my
guys that
stand.
are coming at you right now.
You're all at disadvantage at least.
Oh, right. Is it your dimensional? Who's it?
Dimensional cloak.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you're getting 6 goblin scimitar attacks at disadvantage. So.
Question.
10.
Am I...
10 misses.
What, Lee?
The resolution is really, really fuzzy on the map. I'm not sure if I'm the only one seeing it.
It's been horrible. I'm just rolling with it.
Back and forth, yeah.
In and out.
Yeah.
That's the hangout. I have no control over that.
Okay.
Yeah. It is not fuzzy on my end. It is just the hangout.
Okay.
10 misses. 17.
Yes. 17 hits.
8 slashing damage. 23. 4 slashing damage. Oh, no, excuse me. That 23 would have missed, so don't take that last 4. And then a 13.
Hits.
5 slashing damage. 9.
Miss.
And then 6.
Miss.
Okay, so yeah, there was the 10, 17, 23, 13, 9, 11. No, okay, never mind. You resolved it. It's fine. That's what happened.
Yep.
They make all those attacks. These 2 guys, this guy is going to come up and shoot 2 arrows at Katalis. Got a 21 to hit for 7 piercing damage.
That will hit me.
And then a 17 to hit for another 6 piercing damage.
That will miss.
Okay. And then this guy up here is going to fire 2 arrows at Bug. 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
11.
Nope.
Misses. Okay. That's the goblins. Who just went? Other than that, the goblins just went.
Bug.
Who would?
Bug just went.
Okay, so it is Feldspar's turn then.
Okay, I'm going to use my second story work ability to climb up this 30-foot face at speed.
You do it.
Okay, I say, wait, don't close the portal yet, and I grab Splugoth's body.
Okay.
You're all gone crazy.
Do I have enough time on my turn to throw it in the portal or no?
You know what? Yes. It's a little goblin. He's not heavy. Just dump him through the portal. Whoa! He doesn't say that. He's dead. Disappears into the portal.
Okay, now you can close it.
Unfortunately, he now it is the portal's turn again, and with the thing replaced in the ritual, new goblins show up again.
Yeah.
New goblins.
It's another 7 goblins.
Oh my god. So many goblins. Can we just get this going?
And then just one more. And Splugoth walks out again. He walks out again, and you can see him just saying, "Look, I'm getting a little tired of this." Should have 14. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the ritual's turn. Except now, this little image of Viari poofs down. And he is going to make 2 attacks. Holy shit. Okay. He makes 2 attacks with his short sword and 2 attacks with his rapier.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's splitting that between Draylin and Bug.
Okay.
So Bug, you get the short sword.
And
that's
I'm
going to be a
going
25 to hit.
Yep.
Can I enact the protection?
No,
for one of
unfortunately,
don't bother.
you're not within 5 feet of them.
Oh,
Yeah, don't bother. I'm raging. I get half damage.
okay.
So that would be 8 piercing. Obviously, you reduce it by half, but so you're taking 4. And then a 26 to hit, which is going to be another 10 piercing, which you reduce to 5. Draylin, you are getting attacks from the rapier. 19 to hit,
Hits.
6 piercing. And then a
Okay.
crit for another 16 piercing.
Ouch.
So that's 32 altogether.
So 16 plus 6, so 20.
22.
Yeah.
That's better.
All right, that happens, but now it's your turn, Draylin.
Guess what? I'ma cut him down twice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing, basically, Viari is a fighter.
Rogue technically, but it's
Oh.
he's got fancy stuff. He does a whole
Okay.
his
So,
Yeah.
24 to hit.
24 hits, yeah.
Okay, and then 23. Because I got 18 and a 17 for my 2 attacks.
Okay, yeah, those
So-
both hit.
Okay, so first attack is 5. Second attack is 6.
Okay.
So 11. And bonus action, I want to cast Hunter's. No, I don't. Vow of Enmity on him.
Okay. He is enmity.
Yes.
Vitalis.
You know what I'm doing? I'm shocking Spurlock again.
Splugoth. But yeah.
Splugoth, thank
so
you.
it's actually going to be him and the 3 goblins that are near him now. Got too many little windows open. Holy shit. Come on, man.
Come on, you can do it.
Save me, you guys. This is not about the
trying.
world anymore. You need to save me from having to keep doing this. He's making dexterity saving throw. He gets a 20. That's a success. How much
So
damage?
he takes
Roll-
7.
Okay, yeah, he's not down this time.
Damn. I had
Uh,
one job.
The 3 other goblins are going to make their saving throws. They get a 6, a 7, and an 18. So 2 of them are destroyed. Actually, all 3 of them are destroyed because even 7 kills them. So
Yep.
yeah, so those 3 guys are all destroyed. But he's, he gets struck and then he's looking around and like, ha 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 ha! I survived that one. All right, and then so that is Katalis' turn. Arwen.
Arwen flies over to a spot just 5 feet off of the eastern edge of the plateau there.
Okay.
Kind of hanging in midair over the edge, and casts Shatter at a spot that will catch Splugoth and as many of the goblins as possible.
Okay, so I'll say that you can get these 4 goblins and Splugoth.
And that is going to be Constitution save DC 15.
Splugoth gets an 18.
Okay.
Goblins get 13, 9, 11, and 7. So they all fail.
Okay, and the damage is 15 points of damage for those who don't save.
Alright, they all save. And then he's going to take 7 for half, right?
Right.
So he's down again. So like, as his eyes rolling back up and he's just like, oh, for Pete's. Yeah. Yulzgren, you are now going to have to attempt to try to take control of this ritual. And
It can't wait any longer. I don't know what you people are thinking.
Yeah, so you need to make either an Arcana or a Persuasion check to try to feel out this ritual, seize control of it.
Oh, 12.
So actually, okay, yeah. So I was just gonna, we'll cover that in just a second. I want to just briefly ask though. You put just the far gear back into it, right?
Yeah, I'm holding it in front of me.
Okay.
I'm wearing the
Orrery
Orrery on my back.
You could make the ritual more powerful, doing whatever whoever's controlling it wants it to do by putting the whole thing in.
But I
yeah,
can't
but a
do it,
12
so.
unfortunately is not successful. You the ritual is you're not able to wrest control of it.
Okay. I'm just
but
going to
that's
have to wait.
your action to try. So,
Yep.
Clovis.
Clovis is going to use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon on the middle of the plateau.
Okay. I'm gonna use this cat. I'm gonna make another cat.
Cool cat. And we'll use a bonus action to Toll the Dead on the spectral bad guy in front of us.
Who is it, the spiritual weapon attacking?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, one of the goblins.
Sure. Make the attack.
Spiritual weapon. $21.
Hits. It kills him. They're minions now. They just. The Ghost Friare fails his Wisdom saving throw, so he takes damage.
Sweet. Which is
2d12?
So 12, sorry.
12.
10 points of damage.
How much?
10 points total.
Okay. All right. Okay. That was Clovis's turn. Kip, you're up. You see that Yulzgren is struggling with the ritual. It is not closed yet. You know that, like, theoretically, anyone could try to do it now that the piece is up there, but obviously you're a long way away from it.
Is it a mental thing or actual physical?
You do have to be up on top of the promontory, but otherwise anyone can do it. Anyone could make the attempt anyway.
Oh, there's no way I can make it there. So I will just have to try to fend off these two gentlemen for my move action. I will cause my hand to grasp the Mr. Magical guy who tried to make a chicken.
Okay. Oh no, that guy's already dead. This is different.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, this guy is the short sword and rapier at the same time guy.
Okay, then I will have my hand try to grab the other guy then.
Which other guy?
The one with the rapier and the short sword.
Okay, yeah, so the one guy.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah,
strength. Yeah, strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets a 10.
Nope, he is grasped, and he takes 2d6.
Alright.
Oof, that's 7. So.
Alright. Whittling him down.
Yeah, and then I will. Can I do anything else to him? No, I cannot. So that's my turn.
Okay. Billy.
Okay, firebolt at Viari.
Alright.
That's a natural 1.
Miss.
And gonna do quicken spell firebolt at Viari again.
Alright.
That is a 14.
You have like the loudest dice tray ever. 14 I'm not complaining, I'm just astounded every time you roll it. It goes thunk.
It's a keyboard tray.
Okay. Alright, okay, you miss, unfortunately. Bugs.
Okay. Still raging. Still with the great axe.
Close the portal!
We're getting to it! Alright, so first great axe attack, 19.
18, just roll. Yeah, just go for it.
19?
Yes, hits.
6 plus 2, 8, and then my divine rage is another 9 or another 3. So grand total 11.
Okay, roll
11.
another attack. Keep going. Move.
All right. Nope.
I know,
Next attack was a 9.
This is all in good fun. We're all punchy, but I am desperate. My throat is going to kill me.
Yeah, it was a 9. I missed.
9 misses.
Keep going.
Okay, great. We're good. Felspar, you tossed Splugoth through the portal, but it didn't take the last time. But you all, yeah. So you see the ritual going on up there. Splugoth is dead again.
Yep.
There's one more goblin up here. There's a couple actually around.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Yes, you know.
Persuasion to attack to close the portal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can try to do that now that you're up there.
I got a 6.
A 6. You feel a reverberation of interdimensional energy reverberate in your head, and it sounds an awful like. So yeah, that is Feldspar's turn. He used his action to do that. Or you want to move, or you're staying right there?
I'm gonna hide behind the pillar that Splugoth was on.
It is like 2 feet tall.
Okay, then I guess that's my action.
Yeah. All right. It is the ritual's turn to go again. The thing is in place. That's another 7 goblins. And Splugoth is once again back up. And I think at this point he kind of gets back up, the light in his eyes, and he looks around and he's just like, "Look, maybe we can talk about this."
Help us close the portal. No talk.
Stop fighting, and maybe we'll talk about closing the portal. I'm trying to paste goblins. Give me the lemon. There we go. Goblins. Look at all those goblins.
Goblins for days.
Yeah, so many goblins. Okay, Draylin, you're up again.
All right, first attack on Jim. What's his face?
Yeah.
That's a 24.
Jim was dissipated. You're attacking
Okay.
Yari, but it's fine. You kill him. If you don't kill him, you hit him though.
I hit him. Okay, and so that one is 6. And then I hit him again. And that is a 13.
Miss.
Okay, so that's...
Alright, Katalis.
Yep, shocking Spurgoth and the goblins around him.
Well, there's actually none in his immediate vicinity right now, but you can
just hit him.
Yep. Yeah, I think he kind of just looks up and he sees like the charge gathering is just. He gets a 16.
So he saves, so it only takes 13 damage.
That is exactly the amount that puts him down. All right.
The next time, one of these times, he needs to come out as a bowl of petunias.
Arwen, you're up.
Arwen is going to land on the plateau and try to take control of the ritual.
I need an Arcana or a Persuasion.
Rolling Persuasion. Got a 22.
You reach out and you know that this is not a matter of words. It is a matter of just force of will and seizing its violent, random, chaotic nature and bringing it to heel. And you've seized command and you know that you can control it. And it is not simply a matter of like one action and now you can do like just, you know what am I talking about? Yeah, you close the portal and all the goblins you win! You guys win!
Yay!
All the goblins that had come out of this thing literally just vanish. So do those other ghostly apparitions. Splugoth does not vanish, but he is still dead.
Yes.
Alright. So, after this desperate, prolonged battle, you're all weary and your throats really hurt. And you know now that you have seen firsthand the danger that these artifacts can represent, certainly in the wrong hands. But you have the orrery with the 5 other pieces, and this is the only one left.
No, we didn't get the one from the Lich.
Yeah, we left
right.
it. We left
leave it there. You're right. So it is not.
That was a fine place to keep it safe.
You know what? I was actually going to say that if you put the last piece on there, Ghostgrin was going to become an NPC under my control, and that's what it's going to happen. The fact that you left that one piece back in there, I'm going to say that doesn't happen. So here's what I want everybody to do. Okay? First, we're going to briefly address the question of whether or not, what is the final plan for this thing? Do you all follow through with this plan of subcontracting to have the various different franchises distribute these parts around and try to hide them all as you promised you would in the contract?
No.
Yes.
In fact, it's at this moment that I turn to the 2 that are there. I gesture at this piece. Hide it well. And he's sucked up into nothingness as I use the other ability to recall to the point I set earlier, which was a bonus action. Yeah. And then I use an action to teleport somewhere in the world.
Oh no! I could totally fight you, but I don't want to hurt Christiana anymore.
No, in fact, you are not able to do anything about that. He's gone.
Yeah.
No, did he take the far gear with him?
No, he left it, specifically pointing at it to say hiding it well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
see, I know a perfect place to hide the far gear.
Well, so we'll cover that in just a moment. So Yoskrin disappears, bamps out. Yoskrin out. Boom.
Yes.
Got the 3rd one in. Yes. So that happens. I think probably Arwen, as the Documancer, will inform all of you that you absolutely still are on the hook to deliver on that contract, or you're going to forfeit that advance. But you can maybe figure that out over a longer period of time. Doesn't have to be right away. But what I'm going to have
find you.
Each of you do is give me a 1 to 2 sentence Animal House style epilogue for what happens to your character as we finish off, and we'll save Yulskrin for last.
Okay, I'll start. We see Arwen descending into a cavern where all kinds of arcane sigils and things are scattered around the walls to a with monks in white robes praying as he descends between them to an altar where a blazing angelic form lies chained in the midst of an arcane pentagram, and he lays the far gear on it along with it as the place to hide it.
That was more than 2 sentences, but I'll allow it.
Rub-on.
All right, who wants to go next?
Okay. Flash to a newspaper with a etching of a much older feldspar with the heading "White Collar Embezzlement Trial of the Century."
I love it. Who next?
Billy? You see Billy at the it was Waterdeep where we started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. At the Waterdeep prison, and and there's a tall, very haggard-looking elf that is let out, and Billy just gives her a hug and leads her away.
Wonderful. All right,
Okay. Katalis, you see him reading a scroll. There's a ritual circle. A portal opens. You can see a endless airscape behind it, and he steps through to the elemental plane of air to finally find his mother.
Oh,
very nice.
All right. You see Bug in the orchard in Phandalin, harvesting some of the apples, while 2 of his kids are there. But you don't see the youngest, and Snug is there somewhere. She's probably running a business or something. But they've basically moved to Phandalin, and he's retired from the mercenary adventurer trade.
Taking a desk job.
He's become a farmer.
Oh, very nice.
Brother Clovis is able to pay off the syndicate that he had been running from, and is actually able to convince Acquisitions Incorporated to create an experimental branch that it's essentially a casino. Where he can...
In competition with Lottie?
Oh, no. No
possibly.
Very weirdly, a lot of you are frozen in my hangout right now. I'm not sure why that is. All right.
Yeah, it does not like you.
Let's see. I think we haven't heard from Draylin yet.
No. So Draylin and Sildar form an alliance, and there's a lot of like shoulder bumping and winking, and they're still like filling out requisitions and occasionally getting on horses to go and do acquisition stuff, and they just don't stop the adventuring lifestyle.
Nice. Kip?
Kip does fulfill his contract, and he does hide one of the pieces, but he continues working with Acquisitions Incorporated in his old territory, and by returning there and assuming his smuggling ways and business ways, he assassinates that guy.
Private Wester's dead, yes!
Yeah. So, I was preparing to say what happened, but it doesn't happen that way anymore, because that guy's totally dead. And there's a huge scandal, but it's also like... Even his...
And to make... I kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
And to make my goody two shoes happy, I get the other guy elected.
Yeah, And that's why Bug can live there, because now they're not filthy vagrants.
And I'll even say that with the enlisting of head office's help, you can justify that on the basis that nobody knows where the other parts are. Lottie cannot prove that you did not do as directed. And so it is. They threaten to tie her up in paperwork if she tries to withhold the money. And eventually, it drags on in court for years, but you don't have to give up your forfeiture. And you're, getting the rest of the money is currently held up in legal dispute. But you're not forced to give up your deposit. All right, Yoskrin.
So, when you return back to the chapter house, you discover that the place that he teleported was the place he felt most at home when you find a note trying to explain his thoughts. That in order for this thing to truly never be found, it can never stop moving, and neither can he. Over the many years, he takes on many faces. He finds ways to hide himself, finds ways to keep searching for solutions, for ways to find different places in the world. It's a big world and a great place to explore. Every once in a while, you find a strange mouth on the wall in the basement, which is in his voice, telling you a little bit of where he's been, but not where he's going.
It's so creepy.
But very sweet.
But very sweet.
See, I was thinking Quantum Leap.
Finally, somebody got it.
Okay.
This is awesome.
All right. Well done, everybody. You did it. We did it together. You saved all of Faerun from being overrun by monstrosities in the far realm. Ooh.
Very yellow.
Didn't do it.
Yes.
Very yellow.
All right. I need to go. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
I'm going to go collapse into a puddle, but we...
Tea. So go have some tea and some honey with honey.
Yeah, you did it. Thanks for raising so much money for Extra Life.
We sure did. $1,045. We exceeded last year's total by almost $200. That's awesome. And we did a great job. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Thank you, those of you who watched along with us. It was wonderful having you along. Remember, it's not too late. You can still donate anytime you want, whether to my campaign or someone else's. It's a good cause. But for now, Christiana out.
Good night.
Good night.